What's up, Eric?
Not much, man. Off to a good start already. Can't wait to talk about this API recap that sounds like you and I just did just so wonderful at. Super wonderful. Who wants to go first? You want to go first, or you want me to go first?
Yeah, you go first. I'm really disappointed in everything right now, so I might need to just see someone else have a bad time to like gain some mojo.
So last week, throughout my videos, Tuesday night we kind of went over certain things, and then Wednesday I kind of doubled down on some of those items that I talked about Tuesday. One of them being, I saw that the 8K range does super well at the Arnold Palmer Invitational. I'm talking about DraftKings, obviously, for those that are like, what's the 8K range? DraftKings. Yeah. Talking about DraftKings because I do the DFS part. You know, that's what I exclusively do. So I'm like, okay, 8K range. I'm going to focus on the 8K range. Well, as I'm digging further into it, I find a commonality of some of the 8K golfers. And I go, whoa, Shane Lowry and Jake Knapp are primed to finish inside the top 10. And I go along with everything that you and I talked about last week, because we did a deep dive on Shane Lowry. What happens after Shane has a heartbreak? He kind of comes back and finishes well.
Just does the same stuff.
So like you and I kind of highlighted, hey, this shouldn't be that big of a setback for Shane Lowry. Like it should be all engines go. You know, it should be great. So I'm like, okay, so how do I want to attack this? And Wednesday night during my live stream for YouTube members only on my channel, I was like, I'm going to go 40% Shane, 40% Jake Knapp, and 20% none of them.
Yeah.
Because you have to account for some kind of error, you know. But I was like,
or variability.
That's what I mean. Yeah. It's like, so that's where I was going to go with everything. And that's what I did. It was 39.8% Shane, 39.8% Jake Knapp, and obviously then the 20% not. And what happens after lineup lock? Jake Knapp has a late tee time. I didn't even know anything was happening at all until I just randomly looked at Twitter and was like, what the hell are you? Oh no, someone messaged me. Someone messaged me saying, hey, that Jake Knapp withdrawal is pretty brutal, huh? And then I looked into it and I'm like, are you kidding me? So there goes 40% of my lineups. 40% have no shot of getting 6 of 6. Okay. As I'm watching throughout the week, Shane Lowry is kind of going up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. And it's like, oh, he got a couple birdies. Great. He's inside the cut line. This is great. And then a couple more bogeys. And now he's right at the cut line. And it's like, okay. He birdies that par 5 16th. And I don't remember if he bogeys 17. But what he ends up doing is just lacing a drive down the middle of the fairway on 18. A1 position. He finds the rock outline. He hits it into the rocks, basically, and has to chip out, and all he could do is chip out sideways. So then he's got this long-ass putt for par, and he needs to make par in order to make the cut. He misses it. Of course he does.
Just ripped it through the break. Yeah.
And so there goes 40 other percent, like the other 40% of my lineup. So, okay, cool. 20% left. Let's see how many of them might have 6 of 6 through the cut. I've got fantastic lineups. I've got Rory McIlroy in most of my lineups. And he shows up Saturday, gets a back, whatever, muscle spasms in his back and withdraws.
Twinge.
Yeah, a twinge. And then withdraws. So now of my good lineups with Rory in them that didn't have Shane and didn't have Jake Knapp, those are dead now too. One of my best performing lineups had Jake Knapp in it. Just, I want you to, like, all of my guys, I had 4 guys inside the top 10. I think it had Akshay Bhatia. It did not have Danny Berger in it. So it didn't have Berger, but it had Bhatia. And then like Oberg was in it and a couple other guys at the top. Sepp Straka was in it as well. So it's like, what could have been without Jake Knapp withdrawing? And who knows if he makes the cut? But I mean, I was feeling, pretty good about that. Yeah.
Like, like, I just would love to know. I feel like as golf DFS betting people, like, obviously the bettors didn't really, like, Knapp doesn't impact any bets. All your stuff gets voided because it happened before he hit a shot. I think you have to hit a shot for your bets to be like. Rory, on the other hand, had him for the win and the outright. And
yeah, Rory was my one and done, by the way.
You could salvage. Oh my God, he was your one and done. Yeah. You can salvage something, with the Rory top 5, potentially a win, sitting T9. He knows how to play this course when it's baked out, and he's playing great. Like, let's go.
Yeah.
No. Brutal stuff, dude. And I think if he wasn't like the defending players champ, or if the players wasn't now the 5th major officially per PGA Tour, also something ridiculous, but he probably lands up playing still, and does a Scotty and just like binks it around there, just a little Bun City action, and then survives the day, gets the back worked on, and then shows up on Sunday and does something. I don't know. Either way, brutal stuff. Like, I only had Fitz Aldrich, who just started like forgetting how to putt. I think he lost like a stroke 3 times. I think he 3-putted just like every 3rd hole he played.
Really?
On Thursday. I don't know. Like, he's obviously a flash in the pan, whatever. He's a phenomenal talent, but not nearly consistent enough. He's also 21, 20. So not worried about that. I had Alex Noren make a double bogey on 18 to fall from inside the top 20 to T20 something, and then get dead heated to Shitsville with like 4 other people outside the top 30. I had Matt Fitzpatrick for a top 20. He lost. If you just filter by guys' negative approach, yeah, I'll share some. I'm not even sharing my screen properly. Yeah. No. I'm going to share my screen at some point. Okay. I have filtered on guys that. Okay, Byron, here we go. Lost. There we go. Congrats. I got it there. By the way, people, if you are watching and it looks blurry, make sure that you have your settings to 1080, whatever pixels, because we share a lot of data on you, and it's, the better you have the quality, the better it will look for you.
The other thing to remind the people out there is pull up both of our streams. We're both streaming on our channels. Pull them both up. Mute one. I'd say go interact over on Byron's, because Byron is the host. He's hosting this broadcast for the 2 of us, and any comments that go through his channel can be put on the screen. You can certainly post in mine, and I'll look off to the side and type in my chat to answer your questions. But if you want to see it come on the screen, go to Byron's.
There we go. Double tap us. We would love that from you guys. By the way, you guys have been awesome.
Yes.
The views and things have been really awesome.
Let me throw one more thing. One more thing. I'm going to do a giveaway at the Players Championship. If my channel can reach 900 subscribers, which means I need 8 more subscribers, 8 more. I'm going to give away $50 at the Players.
Say that again.
I need 8 more subscribers on my channel. New subscribers. They can't be old ones that unsubscribe and then subscribe again. That doesn't work. We need the total of my channel to get to 900 before I give away $50. I haven't posted this anywhere, but I'm doing it for the Players Championship. I'm giving away $50 if you come subscribe at Sweet Spot DFS, and then throughout the week comment on my videos, and that's how you get entries into the giveaway. That'd be there live Tuesday night. Actually, just be there live Tuesday night.
Tuesday night at?
What's that?
At what time?
8 p.m. Central Standard Time or 9 p.m. Eastern Time, like this is.
Yeah. So 9 Eastern, people get there, comment. $50 is $50. If
actually, I'll do a live giveaway. That's how it'll happen, Byron. This is going to be the easier way. right when I go live, after I do my little intro, I will say, all right, guys, type this into the chat. That's how you all are going to get entries into this giveaway. And then I will run that giveaway a little bit later in the stream. So that's how we'll do it.
Let's get to 900.
Yeah.
Congrats, by the way. That's awesome.
Yeah, we've been climbing, man. And I attribute this podcast on Sundays. This is great. This is, good exposure for both of our audiences to see the other person. So also at the same time, go subscribe over there at Back 9 Bets.
Yeah, go subscribe to Back 9 Bets. I think we've got like 607 or something. So
yeah, I'll
do a giveaway when I get to.
Did you just want to say 6-7?
And then no, I'm joking. We'll figure that out at some point. I'm horrible with giveaways, but maybe we'll give away a free membership to the Model Maniac Patreon at the hour mark as we transition. We'll do a trivia question we just come up with randomly, and then we go from there.
That sounds awesome.
Stick around, people. But you have to be subbed to Sweet Spot DFS and to the Back 9 Bets YouTube.
Oh, I like that.
To get the free month. Let's get back to what we were showing.
Yes.
Excuse me. I'm trying to speak, and my brain knows where we're going, and it doesn't want me to open my mouth anymore. Because Fitzy finished what? Bobby Mack finished 3 shots ahead of him, 4 more shots, gets him inside the top 20. Matthew Fitzpatrick lost 5.4 strokes on approach.
Oh, but he's always gained putting at the Arnold Palmer.
And because why? He's probably chipping himself to par city.
It's look at his approach. Yeah, look at his approach. Yeah. That's why he's plus on putting. It ends up being that way. Yeah.
Justin Thomas led the field basically in strokes gained around the green because he was losing strokes everywhere.
That is so bad. Ouch, dude. Hey, welcome back, Justin Thomas. Welcome back.
Welcome back. He says he didn't play the Cognizant because he didn't want to play 4 in a row. He has a revelation for you, JT, or whoever's setting your schedule. You don't have to play 3 in a row either. Just play 1 at the Cognizant, where you're probably not going to have your confidence like beaten up against the wall until its brains fall out. At the API, like you just saw. Like you shot 14 over par, dude. Like, I get it. You're coming back from a back surgery, the rust, the confidence, but the confidence, that is probably the biggest thing he was looking for. So yeah, let me just go tee it up at Arnold Palmer Invitational, where I don't even know how to find a fairway yet. And I'm coming back from a back injury that I'm going to be heaving out of this rough. I mean, both Sungjae and JT missed the cut at the API in their debut because neither wanted to play the cog. Bunch of snobs. Like, why wouldn't you play that course? Especially Sungjae. He's played well there.
Yes,
in the past,
right.
So, like, whatever. While we filtered on, we're going to just go by stats, I guess. Akshay, middle of the round, busting out the cack-handed chip. Left hand low. Did you see that?
Yeah, that I did see that. I did see that. Yes.
On 4, he freaking which one was it? It was was it this one? The 15th where he missed the green. Yeah. It was the only one he missed. That was when he missed the green. So insane. Like just trying to win a golf tournament, you just start chipping left hand low, like for the first time ever in a tournament, I think.
Ballsy, man. Ballsy.
Didn't make the par, obviously.
Yeah, it was a bad chip.
made a very almost albatross in the next hole.
I know, dude. That was insane. Such a good shot. It was such a perfect lefty shot, too.
Oh, buddy.
Little buttery cut, lots of backspin on it.
It almost was an albatross. Like, I don't think people realize that could have easily been 2.2 strokes gained approach there on that shot. Like, so easily. But hit it really close to make the putt. He only gained 0.2 strokes on the putt. It was like, what, a 4 or 5 footer, something like that. So that Cam Young and Scotty missed that putt from 2 feet. It's like a putt that
both of those putts were awful, just terrible.
Yeah.
But that is the difference between a right-handed and a left-handed putter, though. Like, nobody loves seeing putts breaking away from them. Like, that's to me, that's the thing.
Okay.
Well, if you think about it,
Oh, interesting. I
yeah,
don't like it the other way around for some reason, but my brain is obviously not normal. So
you don't like a hooking putt. You like your
I
putt slicing.
I like to have a left to righter than a right to lefter. I feel like I have to like
You are in
block.
the minority.
Oh yeah, sure. I played some chess this weekend. I was told my
Oh,
brain
really?
doesn't work. Um, but getting back to golf, played pool league as well, championships. So it was
Ah,
lots of fun. I'm playing some much better pool now, and got my ass waxed by an 89-year-old.
it'll happen, man. It'll happen.
89, just out there balling. He kicked so many people's ass, like good pool players, man. And he was like incredible. Speaking of 89-year-olds, he has Lucas Glover just doing his thing around the green, chipping his way around whatever T24. Shout out to him. I think he went 4 under par, I think, on the weekend. So good for him. Yessa Hith, who gained over 5 strokes around the green. Buddy is one of the best chippers on the planet. Like, you could put him the other side of a door and you chip it through a keyhole type situation. You know, like he's so creative. It's really fun watching him at courses like this where it's baked and he just gets so much height on shots and spin, and it was awesome. You know, like he lost strokes putting this week and still finished T6. So shout out my boy Russell Henley. Let's go to the putting side of things, yeah, with Akshay at the top and Billy Horschel gaining 7 strokes putting this week.
Yeah.
Russell Henley gained 9 strokes short game this week, or 8 strokes, 9 strokes, whatever. 8 strokes. T6, I had him as my one and done. I mean, if he could just.
Oh, you had Henley as your one and done? Good for.
Yeah.
Better than.
I mean, if he just
Rory.
got a bit of like love going on here. Round 4, he putted his brains out, man. Like he made so many clutch. He did not make a bogey and had so many putts for par that he like. This putt on 1 was from the back of the green. Flip and rolled that in. I thought it was for birdie. No, it was for par because he's one of the most accurate drivers of the golf ball and hit freaking only 9 fairways today, which is still, he got it together. But I mean, he just didn't have the ball striking, which is kind of crazy for Russell Henley to think about. But that was good to see him just short gaming his way to great success at this golf course as a defending champ. Played with Scotty the first 2 rounds. I think he beat him both days or tied him. Oh, Darbo, do you want to know what else happened to me?
Let's hear
Let's
what
pull
happened.
up this guy. Patrick Rogers. Let's go, Patrick.
Oh, no.
Go Rogers. And then we're going to go Campbell. Brian Campbell. So Patrick Rogers made the cut. Brian Campbell missed the cut. I bet Patrick Rogers over Brian Campbell in round 1. I laid 2 units to win 1.
No.
Brian Campbell shoots 1 under par.
Oh, boy.
In round 1. Patrick Rogers shoots even.
Yeah.
Like, that's all I needed him to do, really, in this bet. No, Brian Campbell, just God mode for his standards around this golf course, loses me 2 units, like, right away. Like, off the freaking bat.
That seems like an auto
Misses
bet.
the cut.
Yeah.
And then misses the cut. Patrick Rogers, T24, bro. Like, it's like, I had Colin Morikawa. Here we go. Let's do this one for some fun. fun. Let's go round 1. Round 1 strokes. Colin Morikawa, first round leader, shoots -6. It would have been tied with Ludwig. Oh, no, but Daniel Berger decides to shoot 9 under par around the API. Like, so I had some close calls. No cigar. One of them would have like salvaged the week, but it is what it is, you know? It's just, like, I've just been like subconsciously blocking it out the entire time because it's diabolically bad. You know, like a lot of money was lost this week. 10 units is a lot.
It was a weird week, honestly. If you think about it, it just, nothing really felt right about the API. It just, I guess the only way I could explain that better is like there were longer shots that did better this year than ever before.
Yeah.
Like if you talk about DraftKings pricing, Batia was 7,500 and Danny Berger was 6,800.
Let's just get there.
You never really saw that at any point at any other year.
No.
I
What
do
was
want to
Min
get to
week
Scotty at
like?
some point. I don't know. We can do that after this, but
Yeah,
I did post that you could still have profited pretty decently if you made a Scotty Scheffler
Scotty
lineup.
line. Well, with all
Um,
these guys crushing.
and that's only because you had Batia at 7,500 and Berger at 6,800 being the top two guys.
Yeah.
That won't, like, you could never build a Scotty lineup if these two guys don't win or, don't compete for a win, because look at, 8Ks and 9Ks all in here. It was a bit odd, like, to see as many, like a $6,100 Billy Horschel. If I were to go back previous years, you're not going to see, actually, maybe that was one of those things I could have gotten to, like Justin Rose. I did this a week before where I was trying to find the next Justin Rose. Like, it was like an old guy that hadn't been playing that great. I mean, I could have done the same thing with Billy Horschel. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh God, I didn't even see that one.
There's my boy Russell. Russell came in at like 6% ownership, dude.
Yeah, he was okay. Let me go over the optimal, the GPP, and then the sweet spot optimal as well. So the optimal lineup scored 631 points, used up $49,300 of the salary, and it was Akshay 75, Berger 68, Ludwig 84, Cam Young 91, Colin Morikawa 96, and Min Woo Lee, who I would never have thought would have been a good choice this week because of how inaccurate he is, especially off the tee.
Mini driver.
Well, and then he also he's been playing well. Like,
he has been. He's leveling up, man.
He is. Yeah. That's nuts. And so, anyways, that was surprising to me. The other guys, I figured there would have been like a 7K guy as well as a 6K guy somewhere in the optimal lineup because there tends to be all the time. But yeah, a lot of the other guys here, it does not surprise me. Your GPP winning lineup actually left money on the table, Byron. This is one of the first weeks where money was left on the table to win a GPP. And he won by half a point over another guy who had two different lineups. He was second place and third place.
Yeah. Brutal.
And the GPP scored 598. So the optimal scored 631, GPP 598. That's pretty good, Byron. Usually if it's within 50 points, it's going to be one of the top GPP lineups of all time, essentially. So that was pretty good.
Okay.
And that lineup was Batia, Berger, Oberg, and Morikawa, all four golfers that were in the optimal lineup. Plus it had Russell Henley, your one and done, and Maverick McNeely at $7,800. So that was interesting that, leaving $500 on the table and a Maverick McNeely was in the lineup. I think the only better lineup he could have built was maybe spending $200 more and getting Ricky Fowler, who was showing up in my optimizer, by the way, but I could not choose Ricky Fowler because I just don't think he's good enough. So, recency bias is an issue.
I didn't think Ricky could string together 4 solid rounds. He put together 4 good rounds in a row this week. That's not Ricky. Remember Pebble? He got out there, was in the lead, dunked 2 into the Pacific.
Did we talk about Ricky during last week's preview? And I think that comment was made as like, Ricky can't, we don't think he can win API, or we didn't think he was going to do well at API, something to that effect.
Yeah. I definitely mentioned to play Ricky Fowler in Showdown when he wasn't close to the top of the leaderboard.
Okay.
And we just never got the opportunity to do that.
Yeah.
Because he was just hanging around the whole time inside the top 10, like all week, which to me shows good signs of form, to be able to, at a course like this, to string together 4 solid rounds every day. Unlike Ludwig, who I think, I bet Ludwig for first round, second round leader, and he knocks one out of bounds on hole 10, like to just completely nuke that chance after going out like 3 under par. So just stupid shit all week. It was kind of driving me nuts, but I want to,
Yeah.
I think Minwoo Lee is really starting to find his groove, man. I think he's really
I'm there.
starting to find his
Yeah,
groove.
I have to kind of agree to that because I've been kind of anti Minwoo Lee. Not so much like I'm talking bad about him when it comes to any of my podcasts, but just like I can't do Minwoo because he's too inaccurate. Like I'll
Yeah.
play him at the Houston Open, like, last year. Like, why not? That's a perfect golf course for him to,
Mhm.
to play him at.
What
But
about the Players this week? I think he's had great success at the Players in the past,
God,
but
I
we're getting
can't.
get ahead of ourselves now. But he's
Yeah,
starting
let's
to play
not.
good.
Well, let's bookmark that and just we'll come
Yeah.
back to Minwoo for the Players.
Okay.
But I agree with you. Like I understand what you're saying. I don't know if I can get there. Like I'm still gonna have that bias that Minwoo Lee is not good enough at the Players.
Well, his course history will show you that it's different. Like I think he's got 2 top 10s at the
Okay.
Players in like recent memory. So, which for me is interesting, considering
Well,
it doesn't make any sense.
if this week was any reminder to myself, is that any golfer is good enough to win on tour, including Daniel Berger, who has not, I don't even remember the last time he won. I don't remember.
It was the 2021
Oh,
US Open
Charles Schwab Challenge. No.
or the
He
Charles
won
Schwab?
that one over coming back from COVID. He won that one over Colin Morikawa.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Pretty sure.
Either way, it was
So
for him to show up and play the level of golf that he played, because I saw a lot of people mentioning Berger. We're kind of recapping everything at the same time, yeah. But a lot of people
That's
were
fine.
mentioning like Berger gave it to Akshay. See the thumbnail that I made for this, but
I did. I did.
I don't agree. Like that Akshay's the Burger King because of Daniel Berger. Like I thought that was a good pun as well, because like he's the king of the burger and the king of API now. But Akshay shot 31 on the back nine
Yeah.
to tie Berger. Berger was playing perfect golf to just coast in for a win by 1 or 2 shots. I mean, everything he was doing was avoiding disaster, and he did. He shot 36 on the back.
Yeah.
Akshay shot 31 and just about, I think, a couple holes before 16, he hit one that should have been in the water that like barely carried by a yard, and then like put him into a really good spot to make the putt. Like that could have easily been the other way around, like a
Right.
double. So Akshay was redlining to get there, and he was putting his brains out, like putting his brains out, man. Anyway.
And that's just how it goes sometimes. I mean, I don't think, before hole 16, Daniel Berger had a 3-shot lead, right?
Yeah. 2-shot lead.
Oh, they tied. That's right. That after that hole. So I mean, Berger should have birdied that hole, but he didn't.
He did. Akshay made eagle though, and caught 1 shot up on him. So then they went into 17.
So where did he lose?
1 back.
I see. Yeah.
He putted from off the fringe, and it got fuzzy. He overread the fuzziness and blasted it through the to like 10 feet by, and then missed the putt. And then Akshay,
that's right,
hit a freaking sensational iron shot into there. Akshay just showing up with the irons, like 4 final holes left, was like full on Tim Tebow. Like just, it was incredible.
Him and Colin Morikawa. I mean, I'm sure there are more golfers, but I just remember like Colin goes up to 17 and just hits a perfect iron shot. Like it looks so good. I don't remember if he made the putt or not, but I remember that iron shot. It was just a smooth golf swing, a perfect cut to pin high, and it was like, damn, dude. So him and Morikawa and Batia, and honestly giving more credit to Batia. Batia's a baller, dude. Like
He's a
hunt and then to take down, that big of a lead. Like that's his 3 victories all came off of playoff wins.
He's the new Nick Taylor. Yeah.
It's except for he's like 20 years younger than Nick Taylor.
Well, yes, but obviously. But he can putt like Nick Taylor now when it matters. Like it was insane. By the way, getting back to 17, then we'll get to Scotty after this
Okay.
and your sweet spot. But Russell Henley hit it the closest of everyone on 17 to like 7 feet and didn't even sniff the hole. Like he could have been fifth, like not T6, but man, it was Scotty was the only person to make a birdie on that hole, and he sunk a 43-footer from way left of the green there. Made that, and that was the hole after missing a 2-footer. Like Jekyll and Hyde, man. It's insane. So anyway,
here let's go to Scotty after I just bring up the sweet spot optimal. So we just talked about the two lineups before we went on this little conversation of Minwoo Lee and Morikawa Batia. Optimal scored 631, GPP scored 598. If you follow the bucket system, the whole sweet spot process altogether, it wasn't good. 581. So it wasn't even close following the bucket system. And that has a lot to do with the fact that if I put the filter on here, these are the marquee tee times. If you all know the sweet spot process, we want to find 2 to 4 golfers from the marquee tee times and put them in our lineup. And that's kind of the rules. Here are the golfers in the marquee tee times. Russell Henley is the only golfer that really qualifies as someone in the marquee tee time. I had a few that were really close. You had Morikawa and Young down here, but that's it. Either way, if you have to follow the marquee tee times, if you follow the sweet spot process, there weren't enough good performers in the marquee tee times. And that really just comes down to modeling, Byron. And I'm trying to figure out a new way to model. I like to try to keep the same model for every tournament. I understand things need to change slightly, but it's a conversation that I'd like to have at some point in time with you and with maybe other people, but I do want to pick your brain because I know you model also. But anyways, so the bucket system sweet spot optimal did not do well. The database sweet spot optimal.
What is a marquee tee time again for people?
It's just what I do is my model is all the way off to the right. It includes points or whatever over here. So it's like Scotty and Russell were in group number 1. Their total score for my modeling was 2291. Tommy Fleetwood and Ben Griffin, their total score was 2208. So it just ranks based off of my model, whatever scores for each golfer, I add those scores up and then I rank their group.
Okay.
So it's just
total, like the power rating of a group.
That's correct. Yes, it's a power ranking of a group. That's right.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, so, but I mean, if you look at those names, dude, like Scotty, Tommy, Rory, Xander, Shane, Fitz, Gotterup, Decky, even Harris English, bro. Like, do you see what he did to finish his round today?
Yes. Yeah. I was watching the Scotty and Harris English group. Like, I watched that group much more closely than I watched the broadcast. I will say this: Jake Knapp dropping out would have moved probably Fitzpatrick's group. Who subbed in for Knapp? Was there anybody?
Haotong Lee.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. So Haotong wouldn't have been a high like he wouldn't have been good enough to make Fitzpatrick stay in the marquee tee times. It would have bumped up Morikawa and Rose most likely. So anyways, yeah, that's just how it goes. Like I was big on Knapp this week. Big on Knapp. I like that, and I know a lot of people were. He was owned in 20% of lineups, 21% of lineups. And that's just how it goes. So the database sweet spot optimal is the best lineup that uses $49,600 of the salary and above. That's the golfers here in the red font. It was Batia, Berger, Ludwig, Colin Morikawa, Minwoo Lee, and your boy Russell Henley. So you did right. You did good. You got Russell right.
All of them were because Russell Rory was a great first 2 clicks.
I agree.
And I had a lineup that had an Akshay, a Harris English, a Russell, and a Rory, and a Ryan Fox or something. And it was looking good, man.
Yeah.
And then Rory bailed because I only did 10 lineups this week.
Okay.
So I'm starting to do $5 entries and five $8 entries in like a really nice contest. Those two are like 5 entry maxes, and they pay out like a nice flat structure, because
Nice.
finding a flat structured contest now is kind of hard. DraftKings doesn't sponsor this show, so they need to get their stuff together.
I know.
In the
I
contest
got some choice words when we get to the preview for the players about DraftKings.
about the pricing, because
Yes.
Okay.
But which segue? This is a perfect segue, because one of my big issues is what Scotty is priced at the players.
Okay.
But I want to talk about Scotty here at the API.
Okay.
So every single week I bring up my buddy from up north and how we talk about stuff. He's like, Scotty's he's not good anymore. I feel stupid for calling him Tiger Woods, because he said this to one of his friends. He's like, Scotty's going to be better than Tiger, like by the end of his career. I was thinking about this, because he took back his words, and I said, I don't know if you should take back your words. So when it comes to the comparison of Scotty versus Tiger, did Tiger Woods win every single event of any of his seasons?
Mm-mm.
What do you think his best win rate was?
Maybe he had a season where he won like half of his starts.
I pulled up Tiger Woods. It was in 2007. So 2007. Oh no, 2006 maybe. He was over 50%. His win rate was over 50%. Here it is. 8 wins, 15 total events. 8 wins. This number was fun to track. Top 25s. 13. And I understand we could also do top 10s, but I think top 25s is a decent barometer, because Tiger was like, for every event, he was top 25ing everything.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna start in 99, and I'm just gonna go as quick as I can. Okay, Byron, I'm not gonna waste too much time here.
I mean, this is our show. We take as long as we want.
In 99, or let's do 98. Let's do 98. I've never looked at 98. I only went 99 and above. So 98. This would be like Scotty's 2022 year, I guess, if you were to compare the two, because this was like this is Tiger's first year on tour, I think.
Okay.
20 events, 1 win, 17 top 25. This is ridiculous, by the way. You just keep track of that. It's going to be ridiculous. In 99, 21 total events, 8 wins, 18 top 25s. Go to 2000, 20 events, 9 wins, 20 top 25. So 100% top 25 rate.
And approaching that 50% win rate.
Yeah. 2001, 19 events, only 5 wins, only 18 top 25s. So that's almost 100% top 25s. Go to 2020 or 2002, sorry. 2002, 18 events, 5 wins, 16 top 25. Go to 2003, again, 18 events. This almost doesn't look right. Is this just, it's like the same thing. 5 wins, 16 top 25s. It's really goofy.
That's what he does.
That's 3 years in a row that it was 18 events, 5 wins, and 16 top 25s.
I wonder what it might be the same 2 events where he just.
Well, he's notorious for playing the same events over and over, right?
Yeah.
Just like, I mean, most of the players. 2004. Ooh, look at this year. 19 total events, only 1 win, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, Tiger Woods in 1 year only had 1 win. Just one. So we're kind of talking about Scotty struggling. Tiger only had 1 win in 2004, but he did have 18 top 25s. So almost 100% top 25s.
Well, Scotty had a top 25 today.
That's what I'm getting to. I'm getting to that because I was mentioning this to Tyler, the buddy from up north. 21 total events in 2005 for Tiger, only 6 wins, 17 top 25s. This is going to go on. It's like, okay, here's his good year where he won over 50% of his events, 13 top 25s. the moral of the story that I'm getting to, if I continue going through this, you're going to see a less than 50% win rate by Tiger every single year except for that 1 year. And he's basically top 25 in every single event.
Yeah.
If I go to Scottie Scheffler and we look at his finishes, just this year, he has 1 win, a 3rd, a 4th, and a 12th. And now this week, he finished 24th place right here, 24th place. So he's still top 25. So that's 100% top 25 rate for Scottie Scheffler so far. As I go throughout, if we look at just 2025 now, 4th, 1st, 4th. Actually, let's just, do we see a moment where he didn't finish?
Well,
there's a top 25. 100% top 25 rate in 2025. And that's with a 25th place finish.
Coming off a massive hand injury type situation.
That's right. We go to 2024. He has a 41st place finish. One event where he didn't finish top 25. Yeah. But what do we see the rest of the year? A top 17 and everything else top 10.
Yep.
Go to 2023. This is where he kind of becomes the Scottie Scheffler we know, right?
Mm-hmm.
He has a 31st place finish. So that's one event he didn't finish top 25. And what do we see the rest of the years? Everything's top 25. Yeah, everything's a top 25.
Like,
and really, it was just 2 events that he didn't finish top 12.
Yeah.
That's 2023. 2022, is this his actual first year on tour, I think? Or was it 2021?
No, that's 2022 is when he became world number 1.
Okay. So oh God, I forgot he even played this long. So he didn't come out as hot as Tiger Woods because his first 2 years on tour, there's some missed cuts in here and there aren't as many top 25s, but I mean, it's still a pretty good rate of top 25s. So now we're entering this 2023 to 2025, his worst finish, 41st. Then he has a 33rd and a 31st. So out of 3 years, his last 3 years, he's only finished outside the top 25 3 times.
Once a year, literally.
Yes. Yeah. It was twice in 2024, once in 2023, and 0 times in 2025.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
oh my word.
And I know this is cherry picking, but he finished 24th place this week.
And he made 2 6s in the final 3 holes today. You know, like when Scottie Scheffler does not make a 6, man. He's parring par 5s. He's not doubling par.
This is what I posted. Kind of crazy that you could still make a decent profit by starting your lines with Scottie Scheffler. So he finished 24th. You know, and he was $14,100 for his price tag. So the whole conversation of, building a lineup with Scottie Scheffler in it is just it's gonna be dead. He has to finish top 3, top 5. No, he doesn't.
Well, this was a great week for him to not, because nobody else.
I know.
Can we see what was the first 10K guy that like shows up this week? Because it's like 20 guys.
What's that?
To get to, if you filter by DK points, when's the first 10K option appear?
It is him.
It's Scottie.
It's Scottie.
And then it's Xander. Like
then it's Xander.
Also, once again, Xander is outside of the Bay Current, has not finished inside the top 5 in over a year now. Like, we got some problems with Xander's upside. Incredible.
I agree. I think if I'm pretty sure if McIlroy does not withdraw after round 2, I thought he was playing good golf. Like, he just wasn't making enough putts. I honestly felt like he was going to contend for a win if he would have been able to play Saturday. Yeah, Tommy Fleetwood almost dead last for guys who made the cut.
I know. When you are just beating Brian Harmon,
that's
you
bad.
Basically lost.
Yeah,
you know, like sad. And Daniel Bennett. I mean, shout out that South African amateur, dude.
Yeah, no kidding.
He got voted in. He got voted into the tournament by
Really?
his
That's cool.
fellow peers at a tournament that they did like a voting
Nice.
thing, like an Arnold Palmer Invitational, like vote. So they knew this person's going to the API, and he got voted as that
Nice.
guy.
Here's
Pretty
a
sick.
fun little conversation topic. Brian Harmon scored 39.5 points. He made the cut. Well, you got to get all 6 of 6 through the cut. Well, I mean, you could have played Ryan Gerard and only scored 8 points less than him, who did miss the cut.
Rory withdrew
Yeah, he withdrew.
halfway through and scored 2 points less than Brian Harmon.
Yeah. So 6 of 6 isn't, I mean, it is very important to win a GPP, but just to get 6 of 6. So if you're just doing
Mint cashing is
like safe lineups to get 6 of 6 through the cut, you ain't winning. You ain't winning a GPP. Just ain't doing it.
incredible.
Is there anything else, or are there other things that you would like to talk about for this week, which includes the
Harry
API
Hall.
and the Puerto Rico Open?
Pull up if you want to do the sweet spots and stuff for the Puerto Rico Open, but
Sure.
let's first chat about Harry quickly. Finished 9th. If there's a way I can bet Harry Hall to finish top 10 but not top 5, I'm gonna make so much money. Can you pull up Harry Hall's recent form?
Yeah.
And don't even filter it by year. Just pull up what he's got up to. You're gonna have to go back so far to find a top 5 from Harry. Like, it's absurd. T6 at the Sony, 6th at the BMW Championship, 6th at the Charles Schwab in 2025. Okay, now we scroll and scroll and scroll. T8 at the Century.
Hey, a win. Let's go.
The alternate event doesn't count.
Okay,
It's
doesn't
a
count.
KFT situation. But cool, we can count it that, whatever. But
3rd, 2023.
Charles Schwab, 2023.
As a
Like,
last top
legit
5.
PGA Tour event. Last top 5. And if you take a look at his like T20 rates, he's finishing inside the top 20 like half the time. It's really impressive how good of a golfer he is. He's like one of the most elite average golfers on tour. Because-
Yeah, 2025, 50% top 20.
Yeah. It's insane. Like,
Okay.
you know, it's really, really crazy to see what he got up to last year. And in the top 5s is blank. Like,
Yeah,
just
it's
bananas.
blank.
It's blank. Shooting blanks in the top 5. It's just crazy. Some guys they just can't get into the top. Like, they can't do it. They just can't. It's a mental barrier because they can see the leaderboards out there and they get stuck because they'll make a birdie, then they get inside the top 5, then freak out. Do you see what Adam Scott did in round 1
No,
or round 2?
I did not.
He got himself into a tie for 2nd at one point after firing off like a million birdies on the front 9, and then I think just went bogey, 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 par, bogey. Like,
I did
immediately just
see-
told, no, like,
Yeah, I did see Adam Scott
Yeah.
was doing well, but I did not know what happened to him afterwards.
yeah. So
How-
that was interesting to note.
To talk about Harry Hall, I was at the bar Friday night, and some guy knows that I podcast about golf, and he was like, "Hey, you doing any bets tomorrow?" And it prompted me to build some. I mean, I honestly feel like I had bad juju this week when it came to building lineups because I did a showdown lineup Thursday just because I just felt, whatever, and I didn't win anything. Friday, so as we're talking about golf, I'm like, you know what? I should do a showdown lineup because I'm feeling it. Like, I feel like I can make a really good lineup. The guy goes, "Yeah, I got a bet on Harry Hall being one of the best performers tomorrow." And I'm like, "Why?" And he goes, "Dude, Harry Hall's a stud." And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He's like 6'5". He bombs the ball. And I'm like, "No, he doesn't. He doesn't bomb the ball." "Yes, he does. He's massive. He hits the ball really far." And I'm like, "Compared to who? You?" Like,
He's like Brendan Todd.
I'm a stat guy. I know how far this guy hits it. And I was like, "No, he doesn't." He goes, "No, dude, Harry Hall's going to have a great performance tomorrow." And he did. He ended up he was 4 under at some point in time. And here
Yeah.
I am. And then he also picked Joel Damon and whatever. I'm just like, these guys are losers. What are you doing picking these guys? Here, I build a lineup that starts with Rory McIlroy, and I built 2 showdown lineups that had both Rorys in them. Guess what I did, Byron? I cashed with a Rory withdraw.
In showdown?
Yes.
Jesus. Those guys were cooking.
Yeah, I don't even remember what my lineup was, to be honest with you, but it was oh wait, I do have it up.
So many that
Have it up.
Nuked by Rory. My word.
Like, look at this. Whoa. This isn't. Yeah, this was a showdown. Round 2. Oh, I didn't do round 3. Never mind. Well, wait a minute. I don't know where I'm at. I'm sorry. I thought
Round
this was
2.
it. I thought that was it.
Yeah, we got sucked in deep to a wormhole there.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, no, I did build some showdown lineups for Friday, and I did win money with a Rory withdraw. I don't have it up. I thought I did, but I don't. So anyways, I picked some good golfers. I didn't pick Harry Hall though. I just thought it was funny that Harry Hall is a guy you wanted to talk about, and Harry Hall was a guy that I was trashing at the bar on Friday night.
He's Mr. Mediocrity, man. Like, you to not have a top 5 on a PGA Tour event since 2023 is so impressive. I mean, so many T6s in there as well, like the last little while. But he was inside the top 5 during those tournaments, and then you could just see him like freaking out. I think JJ Spahn's starting to figure himself out again. He didn't look like bad this week.
Yeah,
He's
he had
been
a
bad
good
this year.
He had a good couple performance, or
You
one
know,
of the
like,
rounds he was doing pretty decent, and then he kind of just
He
sputtered
missed the
out.
cut by 1 shot, I think.
Yeah.
So like, it is what it is. I think I'll be playing him at the Players.
Okay.
Because
I'm not.
let's check. Let's see what the Players price. I haven't even had a look at the Players price.
Let me go over the Puerto Rico Open really quick.
Okay. Yes. Sorry.
No, it's all good. It's all good. Ricky Castillo got the win. He edged out Chandler Blanchet, which was like, pretty much the entire DFS industry for the alternate event Puerto Rico Open, all tailed Pat Mayo and everybody else that was talking about Chandler Blanchet.
Yep.
At least you got a first round leader bet out of that, but this is sad to see that he was 1 shot away from winning. Anyways, your optimal lineup left $2,300 on the table. It scored 640.5 points.
Shout out alt events.
Yep. Ricky Castillo, 9,600. Chandler Blanchet, 72. Blades Brown, Wonder Kid, the Wonder Kid, 17 or 18 years old, I think it is. 18 years old.
18.
Finishing 3rd by himself. Davis Thompson. Do you have faith in Davis Thompson going forward? Finished 4th.
Sorry, what tournament are we talking about? Are we talking about the Arnold Palmer Invitational or the Puerto Rico Open?
The Puerto Rico Open, Byron.
No.
This doesn't give you confidence?
No.
Okay. All right.
You just showed you I don't care about Harry
I'm just
Hall's
checking,
ISCO
dude.
W.
I'm just checking.
But granted, I should not overlook that stuff. But it's good. Good for him. Leveling up.
Paul Peterson, $6,200. He was kind of the darling at the beginning of the year for, Pat Mayo and company. Finally doing something. And then Matty Schmid, which is cool to see. I like seeing that. I mean, I feel like these are tournaments that he should do well in. And maybe Luke Clanton, who wasn't in the optimal lineup, but just underneath, maybe this will give him a little giddy up to do better in other tournaments.
I agree. It's good to see him playing some better golf because he, since turning professional,
has been awful.
I think he's got 1 top 30 or 2 top 30s, and I think when he was an amateur, he had like 4 top 10s.
Yeah, he was.
Like, got double the amount of top 10s as an amateur than a top 30s as a professional. It's
right.
Like,
right.
Tell me you don't have your shit together now as a pro. Like, expectations just weighing him down. But good
for
to
sure.
see a top 5.
Right. Your GPP winning lineup for the $1 contest. I didn't put any more money. I just did 1 contest just to track the tournaments, or whatever. That was Ricky Castillo and Chandler Blanchet. Then it drops down to David Ford, Zach Bosho, Jimmy Stenger, and Michael Brennan. I feel like all of these golfers are Pat Mayo specials.
Yeah. Yeah.
These are all guys I think Pat Mayo talked about. That won a GPP. It scored 559, so almost 100 points below the optimal. I mean, 80 points below the optimal. And then your best lineup that uses 49.6 and above was Ricky Castillo, Chandler Blanchet, Blades Brown, Davis Thompson, Jeremy Paul, and your fellow South African, Christian Bezuidenhout. That's 3 9Ks, 2 7s, and a 6. That lineup scored 629.5. So that was 11 points behind the optimal and a bunch above the GPP winning lineup. So that's it. I don't have anything else to say. I didn't watch a single minute of this tournament. Oh, wait. I watched maybe a minute of John Daly Jr. Highlights. That was about it. DOD.
DOD, buddy.
Did you see that? His DOD?
Yeah. Saucy. He's like, it's incredible how to be like John Daly is like so difficult, but there's your son just being like you,
Yeah.
you know, like, because he's half you, you know, like that's the crazy part is like he was inside the top 20 for most of the week, and then kind of got a little gun shy. You know,
he did have a bad round 4. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Round 4 did him in.
Blades made a triple within the final 5 or 6 holes of the tournament.
Wow.
He was leading, I think, and then
crazy.
Tripped. Like he went out of the bunker. You know, like the shot that you see Rory when they were showing you the Shane Lowry stuff, how Rory also hit one in the bunker from the bunker in the water at the Cognizant to lose that tournament. That's literally what Blades did.
Oh,
he hit that same exact shot out of the bunker, and he just blasted it right into the water and made a triple. So he's a gamer as well. You know, like Blades he's 18, dude. You know, like, and he's sturdy. He's a strong looking chap.
I was having my nephew help me put in golfers into my database, like golfer information. He came across Blades Brown. He goes, "Wait a minute, he's 18 years old on the PGA Tour." I was like, "Yep."
Yeah. It would have been so cool for like Blades and Akshay to have won the same week, because it would have been Team No University, Team No KFT.
That's right.
Team nothing. You know, like Blades is now on the KFT, I believe.
Yeah.
But you know, he needed to just play well at the Amex, and he kind of also sucked it up in that final round, playing with Scotty and Siwoo is like tough. You know, that's a tough debut on a Sunday, you know, under the gun. But very optimistic on him. Bez is just such an ultimate professional. You know, just one of the most expensive names inside the top 10.
Yeah.
But not inside the top 5, which is so busy.
Okay. I don't have anything else.
That Chikara guy, that
Eugenio,
he's going to do great, because he's an ex-liver that not fancying them, then went through the DP World Tour, and now he's getting starts and stuff on the PGA. So he might be.
Is this the amateur that peed in Rays Creek?
No, that is the guy that's on Fireballs right now.
Oh,
they needed a spicier option. They didn't want Eugenio anymore. They wanted what the hell is that guy's name? And he said he would have done it again when they gave him a chance to redeem himself.
I don't remember. I thought it was just Chikara.
Well, let's make it the giveaway. Who was the guy that peed in Rays Creek at the Masters? He was wearing an upside down, I think it was an Arizona Diamondbacks, Arizona State hat. Spanish dude who peed in Rays Creek. I'll know the name when you guys send it through for a free month in the Model Maniac Patreon. I'll look you up afterwards. First person to comment in my stream or yours, Darbo, whatever.
Yeah.
Gets a free month. So fire off right now. The first person to get in here gets a free month of the Model Maniac Patreon, which includes DFS Showdown, all my bets, all my tools. There's a best ball channel in there that's people just hanging out in the best ball channel, like chatting about how like lineups are going and the general strategy.
JP Losman said bias there.
Yeah. And then it was Cody Serene also said Ballester as well. Okay. But screw it, we'll just do both. He also typoed to ballasted. So we'll just do one for each person from each stream. That way,
Okay.
there's less complications. We'll just do two.
Well, I'll
Why
say
the
this:
hell?
go make sure you're subscribed on both channels.
If you're not subscribed on both channels, you're not going to get this offer.
That's right.
We'll just give it to whoever is. So be sure we'll give you some time to do that. I'd imagine you can't comment on my videos anyway unless you are a subscriber. I think I have that settings anyway.
Ooh, that's a smart thing to do.
Yeah. Just click the button, people. Just click the button. You know, we want you to sub. We want, you know, it helps us and it doesn't cost you anything. So we'd appreciate that. Congrats to the two of you. Here's my man Cody. Serene 8081.
Yeah.
Ballester. Yeah. Jose Louis Ballester or something like that. So
That's right. That's right. Yeah. That's right. Okay.
I just needed to see it and I'd know exactly.
All right.
So yeah, congrats to you guys.
Should we transition to the players?
Let's transition to the players, my friend.
Okay.
At the hour mark.
I know. I was looking at the time too, and I'm like, oh God, we've already been talking for an hour. This is pretty good. What a great transition.
Let's get into it. Have you got the salary and all that?
Yeah. Whoa, salaries I do not. But I can bring up DraftKings.
You got the field.
I can bring up DraftKings. You guys can see my balance. That's fine. It's low. It's bad.
It's a little unbalanced, eh?
It's bad.
Dude, I think everyone just lost money this week because
I lost a cool $100. That's how much I lost.
Yeah. I lost at least.
I went a little bit above my bankroll because I won 50 last week. And I felt real. I did the Sand Trap little promotion thing, and I was feeling real good about it. I had Jake Knapp in that lineup. I had Rory McIlroy in that lineup. I was feeling really good about it there, Byron.
Jesus.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Zoom in a bit for me, yeah.
Okay. You said zoom in like last week, and I didn't hear you. I just nodded like I knew what you were talking about, and then I just went on.
No, you're good at that. So I'll like if you start nodding at me and I ask you to do something, I'll say it again. Don't worry about it. Rory is not out, people.
Rory's not out.
It's this week's designation that they still have in there.
So yeah, talking about the salaries, going back to, you know, as I was speaking earlier, we have issues with DraftKings. I have an issue with DraftKings because I don't know when the pricing was determined. Obviously, these salaries came out much earlier than they typically do because salaries tend to come out on a Monday, like midday Monday, not Sunday night like it is currently. So it's like 14-2. Scheffler was never in contention at all at the API. He's just been finishing worse and worse and worse. Like, I for sure thought he was going to be like 13-8, maybe 13-6.
I think they run, when you are a person of Scotty Scheffler's caliber, unless you're performing well and winning by 1 million every week, they'll bump you up. But with people like that have his consistency, and he's won at the Players twice. So there's course history obviously involved. And it takes a lot for someone like that to get their salary reduced significantly.
There are 50 more golfers in this field than there were during the API, and he's $100 more expensive. It just doesn't make sense to me.
Well, it's one tournament, you know, like, and I agree. Like microscopically, it looks very bad if you're like looking at it at a granular level. But it's Scotty Scheffler, man. You know, like he did lose on approach this week again, which is very, very disturbing.
Yeah, it was bad. But that was like 3 or 4 holes, like at least round 3, because I went through round 3. A buddy of mine, we were talking about his performances, and so I went through and I saw he lost because there was a water ball, and then there was like he left a ball 30 yards short on a par 3, which obviously is not good. He also just flared one out into the bunker from like 130 yards away, just completely missing the green to the right. Those 3 shots altogether basically lost him 4 or 5 strokes on approach.
4 shots. Yeah, 4 shots.
And that's essentially what he lost throughout that entire round of golf and it's just those 3 or 4 holes that caused him to lose those strokes. Yeah. Otherwise, he was pretty much break even. He did hit some good shots. for the most part, it seems like he's a bit broken with his approach, but also at the same time, nothing like, I don't know. I'm not going to raise too many alarms over. Like, he should be better, but I don't know. Yes, it was bad altogether. For a $14,000 golfer, it's I don't know, man. I can't. This whole salary, him being 14,000 ruins everything. It like
Okay. If I asked you 2 weeks ago,
yeah,
after the Genesis, what should Scotty Scheffler's pricing be at the Players?
probably $14,200.
Don't overreact to 1 week. It is 1 week. It's a wet, Florida-y, watery golf course that, like, if you finished 10th, would you have been cool with it still being 14-2?
You know what? That's a good question, because I feel like it should actually be a little bit. If you could build a lineup with Scotty that still could take down a GPP, I still would be okay with it. There's two reasons I'm getting a little, worked up about this. One is I want to play Scotty Scheffler at the Players. I want to, but the Players is going to have a really strong strength of field, but you're not going to have that many cheap golfers down in the 6 and 7K range that are going to be able to perform as well as Akshay Bhatia and Danny Berger did at the API. So it actually makes lineup building even tougher to put Scheffler in this week. And so selfishly, Byron, I'm unhappy because I was hoping to get a discount on Scheffler because of how poor he's been playing recently. Like that's the natural thing, sort of things that should happen. He should be cheaper, but he's not.
Scotty at the Players for betting wise, because we always use the bets to figure
3
out
to 1,
price,
right?
He's like, it's 355 actually.
Okay.
Which is a lot. That's like a sixth extra that we added on to it, which entering this week, he was 3 to 1. He's always been 3 to 1 or lower lately. So the betting market agrees with you.
Yeah. And that's, I don't understand how like Scheffler's prices is. And I'm honestly, I am complaining about scraps. I'm looking for a $400 discount. That's all that I want.
Okay. And I will also provide this as an argument potentially for why. Outside of Rory McIlroy, Tommy Fleetwood hasn't had a top 5 this year. He's $10,300. Colin Morikawa should probably be 10-5, given the way he's playing right now. He should be switched with Tommy Fleetwood. Xander, he doesn't know how to finish top 5 either, unless it's in Japan. Hideki, I mean, he's got great course history, but he's not showing you anything like super upsidey at, the only place he's really played well this year was, of course, that he's like won twice at, I think, at the Waste Management. Siwoo Kim's lost all of his gas. Victor Hovland, what is he giving you? Nothing. Russell Henley at $9,000 should be like, I honestly believe, a $10,000 golfer.
At least 9,400 and above. He could be 96 this week.
He should be ahead of Fleetwood. He should be ahead of Xander, ahead of Decky, Kim, Gotterup, and Hovland, all of them, because he's only had the only time he missed the cut this year was his non-top 20. He's finished inside the top 20 every single time, and he had a sixth today. Granted, no top 5s either, but he's $9,000. So I'm happy about that. I'll be playing a lot of him again. But again, what I was trying to get at you is like the top of the board is cheeks, dude. Like there's not a lot of guys playing really good golf right now that are priced at $9,000 and above.
I mean, it's going to be difficult not to go back to Oberg. You know what? I'll give props to Kenny Kim. I listened to your guys' podcast Monday, and he's like, Oberg's just going to get it back. Yeah. So I'm going to go back to here. I know this is going backwards in time, but if I just bring up the 8K range, the things that I found out about the 8K range, so like Knapp and Lowry, like I had said, the recent form that they had was showing of top 10 potential. Also,
Yep.
having bad recent form like Ludwig and Sam Burns was another one of those tells, like commonalities. So like I kind of paired up what Kenny Kim was talking about with what I found out, and I played quite a bit of Oberg this week. And I was I mean, he looked good. He looked really good.
Yeah.
So it's hard for me not to want to go back to Oberg.
I agree, but he's going to be, well, you don't really care about ownership, but
No.
he will be very popular at this
Okay.
price. You know, I mean,
do we want to keep this structured to some extent? I was just bouncing all over the place. My apologies.
I don't care. I'm just enjoying having a conversation with you.
Okay.
This is the whole, you know, like what we can reestablish
I mean, I guess
the
what we did
conversation
is
now.
we kind of went down the salary board, and we were just like, we already got down to Henley essentially, so we're right about here. Goddard though, the guy's a stud. The guy's a stud.
He's a stud, but he hasn't. I don't think he's finished inside the top. Where did he finish this week?
I don't know.
Because I don't know if he's got a top 20 in a signature event, dude.
18th.
Okay. Congratulations. Now I need a top 10 from you. You know, like what is the show? Sony,
you know what?
won,
This course, yeah, I would say the Genesis is, I wouldn't say the Players is just like the Genesis, but it kind of offers up the same type of like trickiness. It's Florida golf, but like the API is fairly wide open, whereas the Players is a bit more positional.
Claustrophobic.
Yeah, it's more positional.
I think when they ask Colin, like, which course would you say? Well, they ask you, like, do you feel good about your Masters prep playing well at the API? And like, it's just so funny when these like journalists ask these questions, because there's like zero correlation between the API and the Masters when it comes to like course. You know, it's bent greens, it's thick ash rough. Like, there's no one breaking their wrist hitting out of the rough at the Masters. It's pine needles, man, or trees in the way. So it's going to be interesting to see what he gets up to. But Goddard has not got up for the big moments this year. Missed the cut at the Genesis, 37th at Pebble, 18th this week at a course that really suits his game. Probably a bit more than Pebble, to be honest. I mean, a bit more than the Players, to be honest with you.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I'll definitely play Goddard because I think he's got the potential. He's got the game. I think he's a stud, and I honestly trust him more than I trust Hovland. I trust him more than I trust Siwoo. I trust him more than Matsuyama. I actually trust him more than Schauffele. And that's probably where it ends. I don't trust him more than Morikawa or Fleetwood, despite Fleetwood kind of playing poorly. I still have, I guess, hopes that Fleetwood is going to be better than Goddard long term.
Last week, everyone's answer was, is it course history or recent form that you would pick if you had to pick one?
Yeah.
What is it this week for you?
I was just looking to see if that's true for the course history when we see up here.
Well, this year was a terrible year for course history, guys. You know, like Berger just didn't play this. He didn't have course history yet because he hated this golf course because he played bad. Yeah.
I mean, this is still pretty good with course history right here. The 36 and better.
None of those Ludwigs were our top 20s, dude. They're just like 21st to 25th kind of thing for him.
Yeah. And there was quite a bit of top 20s from the year before to finish inside the top 10. That's where the bucket system comes into play. It's like these are golfers you're looking to play.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, for this, you know what? Let me bring up
the Players stuff for us.
Yeah, I didn't have
deep dive the top of the board again quickly with some course history stuff. Just see if there's anyone playing well that's played well here, because I think Minwoo is going to check both those boxes. I think it's good to see someone. It was also hilarious because he hit mini driver off that first tee and just completely blasted it by. It was a lefty that he was playing with, I think. Who the hell was it? He's playing with Colin. And like Colin's driver was a nice fade over the corner. Minwoo hit like a sizzling draw, like a tight draw with the mini driver, and just blasted it by him. And then Colin hit it to 4 feet and didn't even have to make the putt, basically, and Minwoo just dunked it into the bunker, like from 80 yards or 100 yards away. That's the difference. That's what makes him like really like still Minwoo. Anyway,
Well,
course
so
history at the Players.
these are just basically what you see here is what you'll see on the website at sweetspotdfs.com. Like if you go to the next week button, and I've made these updates. I got to get rid of the, oh my God. Okay. Well, I need to update this. I forgot about this. I knew it. If you put a filter on one of like the this week or next week, it goes to the other one, which is not good. We don't want that. We don't want that.
Okay.
But basically what you'll see here under the recent form bucket is essentially what I'm going to be showing you with these next couple pages, just showing what it looks like and basically how you could use that website is very similar how I'm going to be using these sheets moving forward here. Last year, course history, I'm going to put a filter on this and we can go top to bottom. Like I like to do this sometimes, looking at the best course history and then looking at the finishes. And thankfully it's color coded to make things easier to look at, but it's kind of a hodgepodge. Like, yeah, these are your best course history golfers coming into the event. Now, some of them only played one time, like Oberg. He played it one time the year before in 2024, and that was his course history. But if you look at the top, see, this is the top 25 golfers in course history. I mean, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, nearly 50%. Of course history guys. But now if I flip it upside down, what's that?
How are they doing entering the week for those guys?
So you can see kind of the recent form over on the side here. So just remember course history, the top 25 was basically 45 and up for course history. So if I were to go recent form, the best coming in, we're looking at, well, here's your best recent form. Let's just start here. So here's your top 25 right here. And so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. The same amount of the same number.
Same.
Now, if I put a filter on this, how many of these golfers had good course history that finished inside the top 20? You have, I forgot the number where we were. Hold on. I don't remember what the golfer was for recent form.
45.
What's that? Yeah, but for recent form, let me take this away. Let me take this away. So it went down. I knew the golfer that it went down to. Celinda 32.25. Okay. 32.25. So the golfers that had good recent form and good course history were from this guy up. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 of the 12 golfers were in the top 20 of recent form as well as the top 20 of course history. And that was just last year. Last year.
Well, let's keep going.
Okay.
You want to do 1 or 2 more?
Yeah, that's fine. We can go to 2024. I'll put a filter on this. So your top course history, I'll go down to the top 25.
Oh, wow.
So from Will Zalatoris up, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 golfers. Just 6 this time around. 6 with good course history.
2 inside the top 10 only.
Yeah, 2 inside the top 10. The rest of them outside the top 10.
No top 5s.
No top 5. Recent form. Go down to 25. And we've got...
That looks better already.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So recent form reigns supreme in 2024. If I went down to 20, okay, so it's 28.75 for course history. I'm going to do this backwards.
Okay.
I'm just going to go less than 29.
Again, this is like my favorite part of the show. It's just like hanging out, diving into stuff. Like this is We're not talking about bad results. There's like zero results orientated around this because none of the results have happened yet. Unlike the first part of the show where we had like mourning.
Man, I got to remember my numbers. Goodness.
Sorry, I'm also
25
distracted.
down here,
Right.
40. We want 40. So the golfers that had good recent form and good course history, just three golfers: Corey Connors, Siwoo, and Hideki. So 2024 was more of a recent form thing than anything. There was no course history really involved whatsoever in 2024.
No.
We go to 2023 and we kind of do the same thing. So I'll remember my numbers this time. Your best, oh my God, this is also bad. Course history. These are your best course history golfers coming into the event. It starts with Justin Rose down here, who finished 6th. I mean, we could include Victor Hovland, I guess. Like, we'll just,
Sure. Why not?
a charity type of thing. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So again, only 6. So 47. We'll remember the number 47.
Okay.
Best recent form golfers. There's more.
It's obvious by just the colors, just looking at it. Like
Yes. So recent form. I mean, let's go back. Okay, we'll go down to Justin Suh. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So almost 12 again of 25. Your top 25 recent form guys. That's a 50% rate almost.
It's 10. It's at least 10 every single time.
So if I go by best course history, the top 20 course history and the top 20 or top 25 course history, the top 25 recent form.
47. Yeah. 6 again.
It's Justin Rose, Victor Hovland, and Jason Day. There's 3. Yeah. I understand it's kind of confusing, but these are the best recent form guys are from here up.
Yeah. Okay.
So Rose, Victor Hovland, and Day. So there's only 3. So there's not really a mix and match that you can really do with course history and recent form. That's 2023. You want to keep going?
Yeah, let's see. I think let's go to 2021. I like that as like
all the way to 2021. You got it.
Yeah. Because then we can, if we get it again.
Wow.
Diddly shit. Yeah, it seems like.
So I'll be transparent. My course history goes back to 2013. 2013. That's where it stops. Okay. So I keep track of finishes from 2013 to whatever the year is. Obviously, this was 2022, so it's course history is 2013 to 2021. That doesn't really matter. Like, it doesn't mean anything. People out there, it's not that big of a deal. I'm only providing you the information for transparency reasons. Not a big deal. Like, it's good enough. It's more than good enough.
It's almost too far back, in my opinion.
Well, yeah, but that's like, if you get some of these old guys like Webb Simpson, who played all the way back to 2013, that has good course history because of that. That's where you get kind of false positives, like why those golfers are good at a particular golf course. Guess what? We can still use our brains and our eyeballs to be like, that golfer's not that good. We don't have to worry about that guy.
What is this, 2012? So.
What's that?
No, I was saying, what is this? Is this Webb Simpson 2012 stuff?
Right. So this is 2022. Only 2 guys with good course history. That number goes down to 41.
No top 10s. No top 5s.
Yeah, again. No top 5s. Here's recent form. Looks kind of shoddy also. This looks not...
This course, this is the thing about the players, man, is trying to figure out, but so far it's still stick to recent form.
Yeah, this goes down to 32, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, this was bad. Ooh.
What? 2022. This was the year that Cam Smith won in insane weather conditions.
Oh, good call. Thank you. Context matters. Context matters.
There we go.
This is more of a weather thing, so we can almost exclude this year.
Just don't even look at 2022. No.
We'll keep it kind of in the background, but we don't have to.
Well, if there's bad weather this year, they just go have as many beers as you can have before blacking out, and then just go and click 6 names for every lineup. Then you'll have a good chance, if there's crazy weather coming up.
Here's course history again. We actually have a winner this time. This goes down to Corey Connors, but we can bring Lee Westwood into the picture. Maybe so top 26.
People, 5 or 6.
So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And they're all top 10s. That's 41. Got it.
Nice.
Best recent form. Oh,
Oh,
yeah, you got Westwood and Harmon down there just a little bit, but now we only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh boy. So 32.
when did it move? I got another question for you.
Good call. I know where you're going with this.
When did it move on the calendar? Was it around about 2021?
There's only one guy, by the way. Good call. When did it move? I will pull up.
Involved with this player's stuff, dude.
Hold on. I actually have a PGA Tour schedule tool that we can look this up. It's close. It's probably around that time. I don't know if it was, well, COVID, that was 2020. So it was before 2020. Because COVID, you know, that was that March of 2020.
So anything that happened in 2021 is most, and 2020 is mostly using data from a mid-year players. When was players played before they moved it? Do you remember?
Are we talking about when it was in May?
Yeah, yes, exactly that question.
I think it was 2018, if I remember correctly.
2018. What are you talking about when I was saying it got moved?
Well, the Players Championship in 2020, they played one round and then they canceled that tournament. That was in March. Yeah. That tournament was in March.
Yes.
So from 2020 on, it was always in March. So I guess I don't know what you were asking.
No, exactly that. So 18 was the last time they played it in May.
Yeah.
Which makes a difference because you can see like the accuracy dependency is higher in the spring. I don't know, whatever. So again, you know, if you're looking at course history from anything before 2019, you're getting a different golf course as well.
And honestly, as we're getting closer to 2021, as we're getting closer to 2018, I should say, yeah, the course history is going to definitely be more, what's the word I'm looking for? Affected.
Volatile, variable.
It's going to be more affected by those performances from when it was in May, when the Players Championship was played in May.
Yeah. So I'm happy with the last 3 years with at least.
I agree. Yep, I agree. I'm right there with you on that. It's definitely recent form. It looks much better than course history. And if you wanted to marry the two up together, this is where I would bucketize that and just say, you only want to play a max of 3 guys that have good course history and good recent form. Trying to get cute and playing, you know, all 6 golfers, I think maybe you can cash, but you're not going to win a GPP. That's just my 2 cents on the matter.
Based off the last couple of years, at least.
Correct. And then honestly, it's kind of the same as any tournament. Like if I were to use my knowledge for doing the bucket system for as long as I have, you're never going to have a tournament where the best course history with the best recent form golfers perform top 10 all the time. Like it's just, there's always going to be a mix and match. Always will be a mix and match.
Yeah. And how we can tie a bow on this is for those of us that do like fade ownership or kind of get stat fished into a certain golfer. By the way, I'm 2 for 3 now on the stat fish is missing the cut.
Did you not get it for the
2? I had Cantley this week and Burns at Riv, and they both missed the cut. And then I had Davis Thompson at the Cog, and he finished 60th. I think.
Well, I count that as a win. That's a win.
Yeah, that was a catch and release. I've definitely got Cantley and
release.
Burns and Cantley are back. I'm gonna have Mike add them to my I'm gonna have like a like carrying thing with the 2 fishes that I've hooked already.
I love that. That's great. That's good.
So, well, at least I've got something going on for me right now. I can tell you who's not gonna play well. Have I made any money off it? No. But I'm curious. Who is it? If you are finding people getting a lot of steam and a lot of people talking about guys with great course history, that's a good position to get off that person, and find a better alternative that's probably playing better than them at significantly less ownership. I know you're not an ownership guy, but just, saying it for the people that care. It's a good way to kind of avoid a disaster, a very high owned disaster that you can like separate yourself on if they do miss the cut. So I'll be looking at someone who's got good course history, not playing well.
Yeah.
Which was the opposite to what we were chatting about last time.
That's right.
This week.
Yeah.
So
I will say this too on my website. This is behind a paywall, but I do have the bucket system, which will show you, course history, like good course history versus bad course history. Look at this is kind of intriguing. Course history, having the best course history coming into this event of all golfers that have had a top 20 average finishing position heading into the event. So I capture this at the start of every event or every tournament. So this is just looking at the Players Championship. That's it. Of all course history ones, we have a 27% frequency. So as we go back to 2013, that means of all those years, and we can actually scroll down on this page and see all these zeros. So the best course history coming into play, we're looking at, that's top 20s. But if we went to top 10s, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 2, it gets better down here because it counts 2013. So this is last year's finishing.
So it's like a single tournament.
Yeah. So really, but then also the other number here is 10% success rate. That is looking at all golfers of all time being in this bucket. How many of them have finished inside the top 10? 10%. So what you would do with this, if you were to use my website, is the cheat sheet, which is free to everybody who is a free member on the site. Look at this. I've got a little course history stat right here. So
let's see.
Danny the Daywalk. I mean, these three golfers are kind of easy just to be like, they're not finishing inside the top 10, but that's how you would use this. And I imagine there was like a Rory McIlroy in there or whatever, other good golfers, maybe Minwoo Lee, if he was in there. Like if you just had that information, like there's a 10% chance, or if you want to look at it that way, like it just doesn't mean good course history is going to do well at this golf course.
Yeah. And Matt McCarty, I would say of those three has a chance,
Yeah. And what I like to do with this, although I don't think many people would even think about playing 2 or 3 of these guys together in a lineup, is when I look at stuff like this, when I use the bucket system and look at the golfers that are in each of these buckets, it's like, let's limit our exposure to playing more than one of these guys in a lineup together. But this one's easy. This one's easy just to be like, let's not. Just don't do it.
Question.
Yeah.
If you do the same thing that you just showed me there for the top 1 to 20 in course history for like all courses, can you
all golf courses? I can't.
What do we like? What is the reference point? Can we do maybe last week at API just to get a feel for it, or
sure? So I can't. So you'd have to type in the tournament, and we can take a look. So last week, 91% frequency of golfers having good course history coming into the API and finishing inside the top 10. And of all golfers, 25%, all golfers that qualify for this bucket, 25% of them finish inside the top 10. So what I would do is I'd go back to this, and we're going to have a 0%, because like Jordan Spieth would have been the one guy that would have fit. This is the API. I went back to the API.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go less than or equal to 20.
Some context, yeah.
These were the golfers that qualified for the course history 1 bucket. It was these golfers here, 7 of them. So 25% of that obviously is 1, maybe 2. Jordan Spieth was pretty damn close. So what I would say is, if you were to use this from this last year, I'd say you want 1 or 2 of these golfers, and like do 1 more than you would do 2, but you could play up to 2. That's fine. And honestly, like Spieth was just outside the top 10.
Yeah.
Rory withdrew.
Is not going to get you.
Like that's a golfer
T9.
that, right. So like
T9.
This bucket was not technically successful because I don't have anybody finishing inside the top 10. Yes. So it was not successful. That's how I'd mark it, but it was pretty damn close.
It was fine.
So if it was
Okay.
that close for this year, and then we take what we learned about the Players Championship and what I just, went with that course history bucket,
Yeah.
it's unlikely that any three of those guys are going to finish inside the top 10. And
Can we go to the recent form bucket quickly?
oh, for sure.
And see what the top recent form guys have done.
Do we want to, you want me to look at this one?
Yeah, let's get some context. Just stay on API and see what.
Stay
what
on
recent
API?
form
Okay.
like,
So recent
we can
form
see,
one
like,
right here. 100% frequency. 100% frequency. For this is the best. We could look at each of these buckets and it just your subjectivity is whatever your opinion is as what's the best recent form. This is just good golfers coming in with good recent form. 100% frequency, 29% success rate. So of all golfers that fit in this bucket, 29% of them finish inside the top 10. And every single year, like I said, we've had at least one. So if I go to the Arnold Palmer, and I'm just going to sort from top to bottom. Here are your golfers that is just these golfers here. Let me zoom in a little bit more just so it's easier for you guys to see. Here are these are all the golfers that fit in that bucket. So like I said, 100% frequency. Well, we have Minwoo, who actually does fit because he's 20th. He finished inside the top 10, so it's going to continue on being 100%. And Minwoo was in the marquee tee time, or not. I'm sorry, Jesus. He was in the optimal lineup as well as the sweet spot optimal. So it's like this golfer alone, just Minwoo, was good. Now 29%. We're looking at 13 golfers. We would anticipate at least 2, if not 3, to be inside the top 10. Siwoo, I guess, was somewhat close.
One shot could have changed that.
Right. And then Bridgman, Oh, by the way, there's Rory and Jake Knapp. 2 guys that withdrew.
See, like, this was such a weird like, what a wild tournament, man.
Right.
Rory would have cashed so many of the there's going to be a lot of failures because Rory, I think.
Oh, for sure. So what we can do then, obviously, because I kind of understand what we're doing, we'll go to the players, take a look at our top, recent form guys. Almost 100% frequency, almost, and a 20% success rate. So
it's pretty high.
We can go down and look at the years where it didn't happen. 2022, it does not count 2020. 2020, you can just forget about this. I had to actually make some formula updates the other day when I was looking at this. I feel really proud of myself figuring it out. So it's good. But 2022 and 2017.
I've given myself a tap on the back already. You got to.
Yeah, right. So 2022 and 2017 are the only years where it didn't happen. What I like to do with this tool is deselect top 10 and just see how many golfers were in these buckets, and it's already kind of proven bad. If I go back into top 10 counts, we had 0 in 2022, 0 in 2017. We had 14 total golfers in that bucket in 2022 and 11 in 2017. When it's low like this, that to me is like, low, that's not really that low compared to the other years. It makes more sense when it's lower for total counts as to why we didn't have any top 10 finishers. But another beautiful thing about this tool is I can drill down into 2017 and then I can see the golfers right here, who those golfers were and what their finishing positions were. So you can see their raw stats here. You can see what their finishes were. So DJ finished 12th. So technically that's not a top 10, but it was close. Yeah. Brooksy was 16th. And so anyways, John Rahm made the cut, but did not finish. There were a lot of good golfers in that bucket.
And that's not injury or anything. That's just a weird way they don't have enough space in the field to have everyone that made the cut.
That's right. That means at that point in time, a made cut did not finish, where you had top 70 in ties. That's when this all happened. Top 70 ties made the cut. But after Saturday, if there are more than 78 golfers that had made the cut, there would be a second cut on after Saturday's round, or after round 3, that anybody who was outside of 78th place was cut. So that's the made cut did not finish.
I like that. What's happened to the world? We've got soft, Tabo.
Well, they moved the cut to top 65 in ties.
I know.
And that actually, there was only one tournament when they switched to top 65 in ties where there were 80 golfers that made the cut.
Was it Pebble?
I can't remember, but it was, yeah, it was
Pebble.
Yeah. And that was the first time that happened, and they had to do split tees to get everybody in. Yeah. So anyways, the other year was 2021, so I have to find recent form 1. Oh, 2022, you're right. So I'll click on that.
That was the windy year, remember?
What's that?
That was the windy year with
well, I mean, we had Hatton and Lowry who finished 13th, so they were pretty darn close too.
But pretty much, I bet you most of the people that missed the cut there were like in the bad weather.
Yeah,
wave,
most likely.
you know.
So I mean, it's pretty cut and dry. I think we know recent form reigns supreme at the Players. Again, this is next week Players cheat sheet. I'll sort it by the best recent form in the field. It's Scotty Scheffler. I do have a lot of these guys play. You know, I don't have their results in here updated, but here you go. Here are your guys that have the best recent form heading in. It's basically the same numbers we saw at the Arnold Palmer Invitational, because I obviously haven't updated it. But I think two guys.
Where did Hideki finish? None of those guys finished top 20.
No, but Scheffler finished 24th, so that'll bump his recent form up a little bit. Fleetwood was almost dead last, right?
Yep, he finished like.
So that's a 50th place finish. Yeah. He won't be in this recent form bucket. He won't be, because you add them all up and you divide by 3. That's this is already over 60. Yeah, so he's going to be in the next bucket. Knapp, that won't affect Knapp because he didn't play last week. Rory's technically, well, his withdrawal won't show up as a withdrawal, so he will still be in this bucket.
Okay.
Bridgman actually will still be in this bucket. He finished 14th, right? Is that what we just saw?
14th, yeah, or 28th. I don't know. I can't remember. He's playing so good. Either way. 18th.
Oh yeah, 18th. So yeah, he'll still be there. He'll still be there.
I mean,
anyways, I would say come back tomorrow and I'll have the Players cheat sheet updated for this week. And again, you can just sort by recent form, top to bottom, and see the guys with the best recent form. And honestly, from what we've seen year to year, you'd want at least 1 or 2 of the guys, one or 2 of them. Because again, if we just look at this bucket, I have to go back and drill down on this. Come down here. Here are all your top 10 counts, Byron. I keep track of all the counts. Every year you've seen at least 2 inside the top 10, except for 2022 and 2017. Remember, 2020, there was no tournament, so just disregard that 0. But at least 2. You could get up to 5. Yeah. But it's pretty average at 2. So... and that's being very specific. We're just looking at top 20 average finishing positions coming into the event. Golfers with that 20 to 40 range can be just as good, right? When it comes to like maybe selecting
is your nephew,
can you hear
cousin
noise?
Or nephew, he is making a ruckus back there. Yell at him. And I can hear you yelling at him too. So are you on the right mic? Shout out Cody. I heard you when you muted yourself, apparently. Yes.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
I don't know
You're
where
doing what I did.
Where is my mic
it
coming
just hit
from?
me right now. I was like, what is going on? My ADD is like getting like triggered hard. So don't like stress. And let poor Cody like get to dinner, man. Poor guy needs to get some food down his throat.
That's kind of funny.
I was once on a business call where like the supervisor, the controller, was like got tons of people underneath her, thought she muted herself and just ripped into her like kid on the call. And we all just heard it like go down.
My camera, it has a built-in mic. I don't understand why, if I have this as my primary mic, I go and mute myself, that you can hear me. Can I do a quick test with you just right now?
Absolutely. Yeah. I'm
going to speak this quiet. Can you hear me?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
What the heck? I don't
It
know
is
what's
what it is.
going on, dude.
We're too deep in now. We've just lost a follower. We just went down from 6 people watching to 5. This person doesn't want to listen to us do about the mics. Um, I haven't even been paying attention to the chat either. Hello, Sia. Good to see you again. I agree. Let's just jump into this right away.
Okay.
I think Colin is such a smash this week. Like, his recent form is so good this year.
I agree. He looks really good.
Like, but let's pull up. I don't care if we're just missing this week. We know what they did this week. Like,
Right.
Colin is,
Oh, should I bring strokes and
that,
stats up?
yeah, whatever.
I don't
makes
have
sense.
API updated, so, but this is what.
Okay, it's Sia's doing the good work for us and got 2 people. He's got the 2 channels up, and it says that your mic sounds different on this one versus yours.
Good to know.
So maybe it's just a weird thing. It's not a big deal. We're about done with the show in like 20 minutes. So, or are we? Or are we?
We might not be.
Okay. Colin, I love what we're seeing from this guy. And I like him more at this course than I do at the API, really. But he may not be able to. If you are are you messaging me? Or were you messaging?
Did you actually hear my keyboard now?
Yeah, I'm in your house.
Oh my God, we have lost the plot. This is terrible.
We've lost the plot.
Will you share your screen? I'm gonna update it. I can't not, dude. I can't not.
Okay. Let me pull up Sweet Spot DFS on my side first. And then we'll
Okay, no. It's easy. I just fixed it.
Oh my God. That sounds a million times better. I don't know if it started like that. It must have like disappeared because I would have noticed right away, I think.
Okay. Well, that's good to know. I didn't know I needed to change my audio on my end, but the long story short is whenever I end my streams, my mic shuts off and my computer automatically goes, "Hey, we just realized your default mic is not plugged in anymore. Do you want to change mics?"
Oh God.
And a lot of times I say no. Like, just leave it be. We don't need to figure out any of that stuff.
No, don't overreact, computer.
Right. So
no,
good to know.
I'm certain that something went weird midway through because I don't recall you sounding like that the entire time. I might be wrong. Either way, Colin Morikawa, I'm not even worried about the start of the year. Like we've seen something click. I think since moving to JJ Spahn's putter, or somebody gave him a putter.
It was JJ Spahn.
Yeah, he lost strokes at the AT&T Pebble Beach, which he won, but didn't lose enough strokes. He was like neutral, didn't lose enough to lose the tournament, and he gained on Sunday when he needed to, and then gained strokes putting at the Genesis. And I don't know what he did this week, but he looked like he was putting well. So I think his form is phenomenal. So
I only saw him on one hole hit a fantastic shot, and it was enough to impress me. And I understand that sounds weird because like you should see more than just one shot to be impressed, but it was hole 17. It was his iron shot on round 4, and just how he hit it, his swing through, just posing, and like I've seen enough of his shots that look like that. He's got it figured out. He's got his driver and his irons figured out. It always come down to putting with Colin, and he's not the greatest putter in the world. Even with the new putter, he's not the greatest, but that iron game is enough for me to be like, you want birdie opportunities, right?
Yeah.
That's what it all comes down to. You want to have the
couple still.
Yeah. And when greens are lightning quick, you don't have to be a super good putter to be good that week.
Yeah.
Most of these golfers, I mean, look at Scotty. Scotty's putting was just god awful. And I'm not even saying Scotty's a good putter, but outside of Akshay Bhatia, or just a couple of those guys that were draining putts from all over the place.
Yeah.
we're looking at 15 to 20 foot or 10 to 20 footers. Basically, that's where I care about putting the most. You're knocking in 40 foot, 50 foot putts. It's not even, that shouldn't even be looked at. You guys should ignore golfers who have really good strokes gained putting that knock in, upwards of 2 to 4 50 footers in a round of golf. Just ignore that. Get rid of that. Only look at anything from 5 to 20 feet, really, and just see how well they are. I imagine Colin, I think the numbers will shrink. Like the best putter versus the worst putter will actually shrink when you only look at 5 to 20 footers. Because the make rates are still going to be about the same. It's going to be anywhere between 40 to 60%, somewhere in there.
Yeah. Okay.
One guy might be 42% and one guy might be 54%. The difference of that might just be one putt, really. Just to have those the fluctuation of percentage points. Could be one or two putts that were just missed. What if one of those 2 putts or one or 2 of those putts were made? You're looking at an entirely different tournament and an entirely different result. So I kind of go on that little breakdown because I want more shots between 5 to 20 feet for putts. And I said 10 to 20 before, but I'm cool with 10 to 20, especially at the Players. Colin's going to give me more of those opportunities than anyone else in the field. I don't need him to be a good putter. I just need him to make nearly as many of those putts as anybody else next to him.
Yeah. And dude, there's so many putts that he's not going to gain strokes on that's still going to result in a birdie because of how close he hits his golf ball. There's a couple times where he hits it to like 2 to 3 feet, dude, which is it's a free birdie. You don't have to even be a good putter to make that birdie. So I think he'll be popular. Doesn't matter. He's $9,600. I think he'll be a core piece for me. It doesn't make any sense not to. What's Russell Henley got up to at this course before? I know we said course history doesn't matter, but like if you've been really bad here in the past, also I'm not that interested in only 1 top 20, 2 top 20s.
This year, Byron, it's been a while since I shared the strokes gain, those videos with you.
Yes.
But the reason I think they're overrated had to do with Russell Henley getting an albatross in 2022. He got an albatross during that windy ass tournament in round 4 on hole 11. He got an albatross, and that shot him. That's 3 strokes, obviously. Shot him up the leaderboard.
Thank God.
Now,
but again, that's not good. But I will lean into Henley's recent form over this course history. It's going to give you. He was 6%, Darbo. I had a 6% Russell Henley with the Rory McIlroy this week. That had an Akshay Bhatia in it, like of my 10 lineups.
Just bad beats, man. Bad beats.
Like it was a perfect opportunity for you to for someone that was in the 9K range to be 6% owned, and I think Harris English was in that as well, the same ownership. But like disgusting stuff. So I think I'll be looking at Henley. I'm not going to be as bullish on him as I am here at API for the Players though, but I'll still be playing him a little bit, not as heavily though. That's my take on Russell Henley.
I actually don't mind, especially at his price tag, right?
Yeah.
He's 9,000 flat. Now I will say this: I've done this exercise enough times. Doing a Scheffler with a $9,000 golfer probably isn't going to work.
It's tough. What's that? At least, yeah, it's going to be all 6K. Click it.
We have $6,700 left.
So if you go min price for 3 guys,
I was going to say, do I go down and look at the 6K range? Do we go there right now?
Well, I think even with Rory, you're going to need at least 1 or 2 6K guys.
Okay, let's do a 6K breakdown real quick. Can we do it in like 5 minutes?
Rapid fire.
Yeah.
Rapid fire.
Schmid, 1%. Like he's fine.
Okay. Sure.
Harmon, no thanks.
No.
Davey Boy Thompson. Hey man, he just finished 4th.
Okay, so my issue with him when he was $8,800 at the Genesis at the COG.
Yeah.
Now he's 6'9". Okay, if he makes the cut and finishes 30th, cool.
Yeah.
Like I'll be happy. 20th with that is not a terrible option, but price point is matters.
Yeah.
So he's now priced accordingly.
Okay.
Yes, Harry Hall.
Yes to
Yes,
Harry Hall,
not.
the guy who hits
Yeah,
it super far, huh?
super far. He's a giant. He's like 7'9"
Yeah.
and
Right.
finishes
Yeah.
inside the top 5 all the time.
0% of the time.
Zero blank.
Sam Stevens, yes for me.
No for me. Not driver heavy courses for Sam Stevens.
Okay. Denny McCarthy, no. No for me.
No, he's not He's playing fine. He's making cuts, not finishing top 40 in them, like at all.
You can get back
Crazy.
to Tony Finau.
Yes.
You and I were on him at the Genesis. I don't know how I feel about him. I don't.
Can we pull up your strokes gain? I know you said this. Okay, we'll
Yeah. I know.
On this.
Yeah.
Tony's ball striking at this venue. He plays well here on the ball striking front. I just don't think he's putted well here before, and I think we can. I'm still bullish on the putter. He's had a complete the putting has got better since the putter change.
He's not even losing that much when it comes to putting at the Players, though.
No, this is actually disgusting from the ball strike. I thought it was a different situation.
Yeah.
It was fine back then.
I wish he was just better with his driver. Again. Just be better, dude. You're 6'11". Like, he's not really. He's 6'5", 6'4". Yeah. Be better with your driver. It's not hard being a tall guy and being good with your driver. Come on.
Yeah. But this course is a tough place to drive it well.
He doesn't. He could be like Brendan Todd. Find fairways, dude.
Well, yeah, I agree. I agree. Okay, maybe I'm not as bullish on Finau this week. I don't know.
Okay.
I probably would like him at a course that suits the longer irons.
Jordan L. Smith, JL Smith. I'm going to be okay going back to the Euros again.
He's a great ball striker who, you got to avoid water here a lot. And I think he's going to give himself a lot of opportunities to do well. And yeah, I mean, what's that? A 23rd and a 16th in his last two.
Yep.
The COG and the one before that. So waste management. So solid. American Express T27. He's only missed the cut once at the Farmers, which is on POA. I don't think he even.
I don't even remember what the cut score was for that week. It wasn't crazy. It was only like one or two under, right?
It was still under par, which is crazy for the Farmers.
Yeah.
But whatever. Not worried about that. I love him. Nico makes a lot of sense this week. He's going to be very popular.
Oh my God. I was thinking before he kind of had a bad weekend, this 74, he was towards the top of the leaderboard, wasn't he? I thought he was.
Yes.
At one point in time.
I remember sitting in Hy-Vee eating some sushi, and he hit it into the rocks on 6, and it bounced on the rocks into the air, bounced back down on the rocks, and shot through the side of the green and the bunkers. It didn't go on the green, but it didn't go in the bunkers or the rough. Then they fast forward quickly to his next putt, which is 9 feet, 8 feet away for a birdie. That was an easy bogey, maybe a double, and it turned into a birdie. And then he went and made bogey snowman, shortly after on the back 9 there. So, but I do think if you take a look at Pebble and the Cognizant, would you say of those 4 courses that's available from recent form, which ones would you say is the most comparable to TPC Sawgrass?
I don't know, both of them, I guess, to some extent. No,
that's what I'm saying is AT&T and the COG are short courses that heavily emphasize mid irons.
Yeah.
You're not necessarily going to see someone that's super strong overpower a course like those, whereas Arnold Palmer and the Genesis Invitational is a bit more driver heavy venues, longer irons, things like that. I think Nico doesn't have the distance to unless he sun runs it again, like he was doing on that front 9. I don't see him playing well on a long golf course. I think he's a short course merchant.
Okay. I have a feeling that you're going to need good off the tee stats. So that's kind of what I'm looking at right now, is just looking at just top 10 finishers at the players. And I mean, Tom Hoagie is going to prove me wrong. If I was going to say there's a comp to Nico Echeverria, it would be Akshay Bhatia. You know, like not
Glover, Corey Connors.
Yeah,
not like super long guys. You know, like just get it in.
As
play.
I'm looking at the top 10 leaderboards here, there's only like one dude who is in negative strokes gain off the tee.
Yeah.
Like
It's
20,
because he's an iron god. You know,
right? I just feel like this course is a little bit long. I mean, yeah, if I go top to bottom, so there are plenty. Okay, there's some finishes that are blank that's being picked up. I have to fix that somehow, but
yeah, lots of top 20s, to 2020 stuff, all cluttering that up.
Oh, sure. Yeah, that's ugly. We'll have to fix that somehow. That's gross.
It's nightmarish stuff for database owners.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll fix that at some point in time. I can't really show you guys what I'm trying to get at, but Nico Echeverria.
Can't you just select all the years?
Oh, you're right. Thank you.
And select top 2022.
Thank you. Some, streamer brain happens, right?
Dude, when you are the one clicking the buttons and stuff, your mind can like get a little panicky.
Yeah.
I totally agree with you. So we are now back in business.
You know what? This is
Get those other ones out of there. Just do the last 5 years.
Yeah.
There we go.
So okay. Top to bottom. So on one page, this is just the top of the of my database here. You can see it ends right here. Cam Smith was technically negative off the tee. But this is like, you see 20 people on the screen. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 that have negative off the tee. If I sort this on the other way around, I should say there's 24, I think. So if I go down to Tommy Fleetwood, so you're gonna have 24, and you're gonna have another 24, that's 48, so it's about 50. And if we go down to Matsuyama, we go down there, it's nearly like 60.
60. It's like a 3-to-1 ratio.
That's sure. Right. Of positive off the tee versus negative off the tee. And if I go and put Nico in here,
and this is lead-in stats. It's not what they...
Because
I remember Cam Smith lost 5 strokes off the tee at the Players and won still.
That's a great distinction that I forget to mention, is these are lead-in stats. And really, I'm just looking at the last year of stats. Whenever I do the bucket system, it's always the last year of stats. So we'll just put in this date only last year. And Nico has negative off the tee stats. This is a little summary box up here that averages out everything. So if you do just right away, kind of like, I don't like it. If I just do 2026, he's still negative. Like it just doesn't, I don't feel confident playing someone like Nico Echeverria.
But for you, I would think the way you trying to just hunt down winner take all contests all the time, this is the perfect kind of an option for you. I mean, he's got an 8th and a 1st and 4 miscuts. Like
on short courses.
On the short courses. So, I think you also missed the cut at the Sony Open where he's the defending champion. So, which is a shortish course too. But,
so to your whole point of volatility, I know that's kind of what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I agree. He will be in my lineup to some extent, but I'm certainly not, I'm not confident. Like he's not going to be in my high priced, No,
you're not locking him in, but he should absolutely be a sprinkle because he's going to give you potential upside for sure.
But even after I'm done like building my lineups and then I put them into my contests, my $25 contest, my $10 contest, my $5 contest, all my $1 contests are not going to have Echeverria in them. Like that's kind of, so my 25-cent winner take all contest to get my money back, that's where I'll put Echeverria, but I do not, my confidence level in him is very low at the players.
I'm right there with you there.
Michael Kim, nah. I'm not a Michael Kim truther. Everybody, just because he's like a friend of the DFS streets, that does not make me like him. Like I just think he's still the volatile Michael Kim he's always been. And hit it straight.
33 at the API. It's not good. Not good this year.
No. He's and you know, like I was a little bit rough with JJ Spawn calling him a loser, you know, at the beginning of the year and throughout the year. I feel Michael Kim's the same way. Like these guys, they did well last year. I don't see them doing well again this year because of who they are and what they've done in the past.
I will reserve my comment on JJ Spawn. I'm still hopeful.
Yeah, he's the U.S. Open champ, the defending U.S. Open champ. I know what I'm saying.
The defending Players champ.
Sort of, not really.
He won the Players. Oh, fuck, he didn't.
No, he didn't.
It was Rory that won the Players.
I was like, are you just like disqualifying Rory? Okay, Rico Hoey. That's a big no for me there, Bob. This guy has been just god awful this year.
I had so much of him in best ball.
The best ball striker, not named Scotty Scheffler, on tour. Yeah. He just needs to get a better putter.
But I think also all of that's broken too, because I think he's like being bad anyway. Like just across the board. Something's wrong. Like the WD is a concern to me because he wasn't in the SIG, or he was in the SIGs, but wasn't playing enough good golf to even warrant a WD at that point. And
the off the tee stats are still decent. There's a little cheat thing that I have. If you go to round by round instead of total, you can see what the totals are underneath here.
I like that. Yeah, I don't know. The iron play, he's also been a very good iron guy, and he hasn't gained.
Yeah, it's straight zero.
But
it's all negative. Like it's mostly negatives, except for a couple spike rounds that give him a positive approach game.
And that's not his MO. Like his MO is like not losing on approach, like hardly ever. Like take a look at what 2025 looked like on approach for him. It was much better.
Yeah, much better.
Much better. Like he was an elite iron player in 2025. Something's up, you know, like, I don't know. This is the thing with golf for me that's really irritating is that we don't know that Jake Knapp had a broken back entering the API or what is up with Rico Hoey. Wow. I don't know that JJ Spawn he's dealing with vertigo this year.
Right.
So if you want to call a guy that's sick a loser, feel free to be a vertigoist. And
better reason to not play him, honestly.
Yeah, exactly. It's that is massively concerning. If you don't have good balance on a golf course, buddy.
I know.
Trust me, I've played golf 18 beers deep before. It doesn't go well. You know, the balance is not there. So, yeah.
Oh,
okay.
Man. Yep. Okay.
Back to the 6K boys.
All right. We are on Hoey. Glover. Nah. No.
Glover's recent form is fine. Considering a 24th at the API, and this is his second event back after a third event after the injury. Pebble Beach was his first event.
What was his injury?
A shoulder injury.
Okay.
He only showed up at Pebble. He always plays the Sony. He always whatever. Didn't show up until Pebble, and you know, like the missed cuts at the Genesis were 72, 73. Cool, whatever. That's not a big deal to me. It's not like he was shooting 79s and 80s like Sepp. But I think a course like this really suits his skill set, man.
Okay. I guess I'm not there with Glover.
Again, we are a $6,800 golfer. Yeah,
I know.
That just, you know, finished 24th at the API, which isn't a good golf course for him. Whatever, you know, either be in or don't. Whatever.
Okay.
No biggie.
Rogers, yes.
Yeah.
McCarty even 50-50.
Brian Campbell, then no.
Yeah. 50-50 with McCarty.
Yeah.
Yes for Grazerman. Yes for me on Grazerman.
Yeah, from a DFS perspective, this guy could be, you know, top 10 point scorer for sure.
I like it. I like it. I like this lead-in. It's good. I think he should have played better at WM Phoenix Open. That was kind of concerning. Same with Farmers, where the field was weaker. Like, I think he was one of the favorites there, or well, I think for his price range, he was one of the favorites. But yeah, he kind of disappointed those 2 weeks. But this looks really good. I'm. If there was someone I always say don't fall in love with the 6K golfer, but don't disrespect one. And I know I've been kind of disrespecting some of these guys, but there's a guy I fell in love with. It's Grazerman.
That's an understatement.
I know.
Get Scotty out of that lineup. I think we're giving people the wrong idea here as well.
Okay.
Get them both out of there. Let's try and build like a super lineup that we by the end of this. Like if there's someone we really agree on, we just shove them in that lineup. And just
all right. Yeah, because I mean, I suppose we're over 2 hours. I got it.
Yeah, I'm cool going another 20 to kind of just round out the middle of the.
So we want to build the best lineup that we both agree on.
Sure. Yeah. So let's start. Do you want to do one from like each range or whatever? Yep. Boom.
You and I
Easy.
both. I already know we're going there.
Yeah. For me to be on board with Colin Morikawa means that there's a lot going right in his life.
I would go with Oberg. I know he's going to be. I know he's going to be very. I know starting this way right here. Lineup. Starting this way is going to be what most people are going to do. I imagine.
You can call this a cash lineup.
Okay.
I don't care. Like.
So 9-8. Oh, by the way, I'm going to go back to this really quick. The Sweet Spot Optimal had a 9-9-8-7-7-6. Now, Byron, I know you've been with me long enough, or you've been watching me long enough, that I always try to harp on starting your lineups with a 10K golfer, a 9K, an 8K, 2 7s, and a 6. And I usually, the jingle is 10-9-8-7-7-6. When Scotty's $14,000 and there are only 3 golfers, including Scotty, that are 10K and above, I think now it has to shift to like a 9.5, then a 9-8-7-7-6. Because one of those 3 guys has to, from the 10K and above, be inside the top 10, top 5 in order for you to build a good lineup. It's just, again, when we look at the salaries, 14.2 is impossible to do a 10-9-8-7-7-6. It's impossible. 11.7 is also pretty darn challenging to do a 10-9-8-7-7-6. So that means Fleetwood's really the only guy that could go 10-9-8-7-7-6 where you could build a healthy lineup. That, so I think what I think we need to do, or at least I need to do, is do a kind of a, what would you call it? A conversion.
Kind of balanced. Yes,
yeah, it's like a conversion to some extent. So no longer is it a 10-9-8-7-7-6, but it is a 9-9. It's a 9 plus 9-8-7-7-6. So it's either you go with a 10K or you go with 2 9Ks. I think that's the whole thought process here.
Yeah.
So I think what we're going to end up having is a 9-9-8-8-7-7 lineup if we go more balanced. Is that what we want to do, or do we want to get a little bit risky and put another 9K golfer in here? Do you want to go down the list first and see what?
Let's go to the 6Ks and see who we like. Maybe we can find a gem that we fancy, and then or 2.
So I will say this. Here's what I want to do this really quick with you, because we'll get a good understanding of what to do with 6Ks here.
And there's no rush. There's no rush. I'm chilled.
Unfortunately, with last year, there was a 5K range, which kind of sucks. I will tell you this. I used to do conversions, and I would say anything 5,400 and lower would be the equivalent of doing 6,400 and lower this week. Just throwing that out there, just so you know. So we don't really have many good finishes in that low 6K range.
Matt McCarty.
Yeah, 14th place and 20th place finishes, I don't think are going to win you GPPs, though. I think, what are we trying to do? Are we trying to build a lineup to win a GPP or just to cash?
Hey, when the other 5 guys are like spendy AF, just saying he like frees up some salary for you at whatever price he's going to be.
Okay.
And
All
again,
right.
we're just sprinkling in, but
So
but
55 to 63 is usually the high 6K range. So this would be 65 to 69. And this is where we see most of these golfers. You got Bud Colley from, this is last year, by the way, and then Tom Hoagie, who was 61. So it's like the high 6K range is what that's kind of what this is. I'm going to go back to 2024. I'm going to do the exact same thing, top to bottom. We had another 5K range again. And if I go up to 54, we do have Nate Lashley, who was in the optimal lineup. Again, we only have like 3 dudes that didn't really finish all that great in that low 6K range. 55 to 63, like I said before, this is kind of your high 6K range, and we don't really have anybody there either.
And I want to double down on this with you and say that when you were going through the strokes gained off the tee guys that were losers in that department entering the week, that all, what was the filter that we had on them for the top tens? Yeah.
For what?
When we were looking, like Tom Hoagie is one of the guys that loses off the tee but has multiple good finishes. Yeah.
Were we looking at the bucket system, this page here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We want to look at price tags?
Well, no, I remember we didn't have to go through all that. I know that when you were doing it, there was like only 1 or 2 guys that was not in. It was all like 7 and 6K guys.
Yeah. So I have it filtered now by basically 5K to 6K golfers. So you can see, there's plenty of these guys in the 6K range almost every year. So Hadwin, so it's 2022, 2021, 2018, 2019, 2023, 2024, 2025. So there's at least, every single year that I have a filter on this, we have a golfer that has negative strokes gained off the tee.
Entering the week that plays well, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So that's, it's very interesting.
Oh, is that Lucas Glover T3 here last year as well? Interesting.
Yes, it was.
Just saying.
Okay.
No one I like enough to say I want to put him in this lineup with you yet. Maybe Jordan Smith, sure. But again, what has he given us? If we're trying to win a GPP, has he finished inside the top 15 yet?
This year?
It's all been 24th place finishes and stuff.
Okay, well, hold on. Just wait. Lucas Glover last year? It was not last year that he was top 3. Oh, wait. It's 2024. Sorry, that was 2024.
I was back when Wyndham Clark still knew how to golf.
So so there was a top 3 at Pebble for Lucas Glover. Okay. How about Hoagie? He had a 17th place finish.
Yeah, but Hoagie's got a stellar, I think the year before that he broke the course record,
Having a 54th place finish the year before?
Ooh. Oh, no, this was the year he broke the course record then.
Okay.
No, I don't know. Hoagie's done, he's played Walia a lot.
Or how about Bud Colley? Bud Colley, who was 5,700 last year, his best finish coming in was a 21st place finish.
Okay. Okay. Fair. But not enough for me to say, let's go with him there.
Okay, let's not do 6K. 6Ks is just, there's so many of them
but it's hard to find even one good one in them. I think that just goes to the point that we don't really want to deal with those guys.
I got a better question for you. Is there another 9K golfer that we have to play? Because there's less of these guys and it's easier to determine which one to play.
I want to say Russell Henley.
I do too. I was going to do that click anyways. So I'm going to click on Russell Henley.
He's 9K.
Yep. So let's go down to I'd rather go to the 7K range before we come back up to the 8K range, but I'm just scanning the 8K range right now. The only guy I like is Cam Young.
Or Jacob Williams in 7s. Sure. And Larry. I think I like Larry. I don't care that he lost. He fucked up last week. It's all good.
I could go to Fitz. I got no issue going back up to Fitz.
What's wrong with Lowry?
There's nothing wrong with Lowry. I'm cool with Lowry too.
Okay.
Do we want to see what 7K golfers we can get first and then try to plug in an 8K golfer?
I will also say that I will be sprinkling in lots of Justin Rose. I do not feel comfortable about that, but I feel like you just have to have him in your lineups. He'll play well randomly, and you'll never be able to know when it is.
Gotcha.
Just saying. Okay.
7K range. Brooks Koepka. He's in my dummy lineup. I think this is. I actually like Brooks a lot, and I'm not a fan of Brooks. Like, this isn't me fanboying Brooks. I just think his finish at the Cog was very, I wouldn't say inspiring, but it was like, he figured something out.
I will put money on the table. He won't have a better putting performance than he did at the Cog this year.
Sure, that's fine.
He was really good with the putter. He was
tournament.
What surface is Sawgrass? Is it Bermuda putting surface or is it Bend?
It's gonna be an overseed. I'm pretty sure it's like a POA overseed.
Yeah, so it's just like a nice flat surface where, the Cog is Bermuda. That's his jam. I can't sign off on Brooks. I'm sorry.
Okay. Someone in my chat was like, "Is Jordan Spieth back?" It's pretty good.
He's on his way. I wouldn't say he's back.
Yeah, I actually it looks good.
Yeah,
I did watch some of him play, and it looked. At least he's complaining about really close shots as opposed to, like, shanking a shot way off to the side and going, Michael.
What did I hear them say today about Spieth? He had 9 straight one putts in a row or something ridiculous. Or he's putting better. He's putting a lot better, which is typically he's like turned into a really solid ball striker, but hasn't been able to figure out the putter. But there's no way I'm putting him in this lineup for us.
Nico?
No. I don't trust him. Like, this is like our like core guys.
I know. So who do you see up here? You name a name.
Bridgman.
Okay. I'll put Bridgman in just for now.
Think about course history. Recent form. Bridgman's like one of the guys, bro. Like, look at that.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's very good.
Very good form.
That is crazy. Okay. I will say, is Colin going to be... Oh, he does have a missed cut. Never mind. I was going to say, is Colin going to be in that recent form 1 bucket? Because if he is, that's going to be really difficult to fit in a Bridgman. But actually, we don't have anybody from that recent form 1 bucket. I don't think. Yeah, because Russell Henley missed the cut, so that's going to bump him out most likely. So okay. I'm cool with that. Bridgman, that's fine.
Yeah. And for the bucket system, that's fine. I understand that he's not going to be in the bucket, but if you just take Colin's recent form since getting the new putt in the bag, he should probably still be in.
Well, that works better for him because he's going to be in another bucket that we do want to pick from. He's going to be in
technically in the
recent form 2 bucket. Yeah.
Perfect. Straka's interesting.
We have $7,300 left. I bet you we could fill out the last 2 spots with these 7K golfers.
What about Minwoo?
Yeah, I was thinking when I saw his name that's probably a golfer that we should probably select. I'll go ahead and put his name in there right now, but I just want to see, I really like Adam Scott this week. 73. Well, let's look at, hold on, 71s. Is there anybody from here that you're like, I gotta have?
I've been all over Tom Hoagie at places that he's played well at. And he's played well. He played well at Pebble. He played well at one other place that he typically plays well at.
American Express?
American Express, yeah.
I'm not in on that one.
But it's not for this lineup. I wouldn't say that this is the lineup for like a Tom Hoagie guy. I would say Sahith.
I was going to say Sahith too. So this lineup, I actually like this lineup. The only other, yeah, I like this lineup. I'm in agreement with you. So this is our lineup.
What would you change? Yeah, what would you change? Noren's interesting.
Yeah, I'm going to put Scott and then Noren in.
You see, For me, Scott, it's like for him, a top 10 is also borderline impossible unless you're playing at a golf course that he's like played his best golf of his life at, which was the Genesis Invitational. It's been a long, long time. I think you got to go back outside of the Gen Invitational. You got to go back to the BMW Championship of 2024 to find an Adam Scott top 10. It's just
This right here, I don't know if you heard, but on the broadcast, it wouldn't have been for Arnold Palmer. It would have been at the Genesis. He's at 186 ball speed.
yeah.
With Adam Scott's golf swing, which, by the way, is better than Scotty Scheffler's golf swing.
So fundamentally.
Yes, fundamentally. But at 186, being an old guy like Adam Scott is, and I said this to you on a different stream of ours, a Sunday night stream, where I'm just like, I watched him at the Sony Open put it to 8 feet and then miss every single putt from 8 feet. But this is the same argument I'm going to make about Colin Morikawa for Adam Scott. I want as many opportunities between 5 to 20 feet. Give me Adam Scott. Give me Adam Scott.
You mentioned the off the tee dominance you need entering the week. It's his best metric.
Yeah. It's going to set him up, and he's not very wayward with his drives. He doesn't really miss super far left or super far right. He just barely misses.
And having the distance he has, he can just use a 3-wood when he needs to. Yeah. Like, okay.
What's disappointing to some extent is I really like, who do we have at 75? Minwoo. I do like Minwoo more than Norin, and I can't fit that in this lineup. Like,
okay, so let's just say for interest sakes, get rid of Russell Henley. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that'll probably open up some. There's Lowry, so I'd be cool with that. I'd be cool with this lineup. We're gonna want some golfers who missed the cut last week or for the API. So
yeah, I don't care about that at all.
No. But I mean, it's a bucket system thing.
Absolutely, yeah. It's
so
part of the variance that happens in golf.
If I go to last week missed cuts, that'd be right here. It's an 83% frequency. There's a lot of golfers that usually fit in this bucket, so that 6.38% is probably not really that big of a deal. And for top 10 counts, we had 3 last year, so this follows the API. 3 last year, 1 in 2024, 5 in 2023. I mean, like, you can see the numbers are pretty large.
It's every single year, basically. Since
yeah, 2017 and 2015 are the only years that it wasn't. And if we were to look at, say, last year and just look at the golfers that were in that, here are all the golfers in that bucket. And if we sort from top to bottom, I mean, you had Akshay and Bud Cauley as your guys that finished inside the top 10. I'll do top 20. Top 20, you can see all the golfers that are here. So it's like, we do want golfers that missed the cut last week. They show up. Fitzpatrick, that's a Lowry type. I'd put them in the same category as golfer. That was the wrong one.
And 2017 was just a breaker of all buckets.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't even worry about that year at all.
I'm trying to find another Shane Lowry comp here. Maybe it's Minwoo from last year. I don't know if that's right.
Well, Minwoo made the cut this year, so
no, but this was last year's finish, 2025. He was top 20.
Okay. Oh yes.
I'm trying to find a Shane Lowry comp. So that was, the last couple of years. 2023, there were 5 that finished inside the top 10. God damn, Minwoo is.
What is Minwoo's course history? Yeah, like it's really good actually. Although it's not an important thing, it's just nice to know that he plays well.
Right here, 26.67.
That's very high.
Yeah, it's right here. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. He's got the 5th best course history in the field.
Yeah, and that's multiple. If you take away Danny Walker and probably Matt McCarty and Joe Highsmith,
these are all last year's finishes. Yeah,
single bullets.
Yeah.
So Aaron Rye is next, which is
interesting.
Does not bring me any sort of excitement whatsoever.
The only thing I would argue with trying to find the best course history guy is if I did this every single tournament and we look at the best golfers with good course history. I mean, there is an argument for Minwoo because he's the dude that does show up inside the top 20, top 10 or whatever. But what my whole argument is like the best course history guys just don't really play that well. You know, if you were to look at the top down.
No, I agree.
But I'm cool with Minwoo.
But we have seen an overlap of course history and form, right? There's like
that's right.
3 of them.
Yep, that's right.
A year.
That's right.
At least-ish, whatever.
At least-ish. Yep. Yeah, I'm. Or is there just an argument to be made that that's too many Aussies in one lineup? I'm just kidding, but
2 is a lot already. If it was 3, we'd definitely have a problem.
I wouldn't want anybody else but I think Shane Lowry here. Burns kind of excites me a little bit. I know you like Rose.
Yeah. I put Burns and Rose like in the same level of comfortability type situation.
Is
Justin Rose. Click his name real quick. He is the 4th ranked golfer in the world. And he's gone miscut, T37 and a win. Like he's missed more cuts than he's finished made cuts this year. He's the 4th best golfer in the world, according to the world rankings.
To me, it's like this is kind of what happens with old golfers. They get tired faster. They get out. I know he's not that old, and I know he's in better shape than most old guys, but it's like some of these courses he should have played well at. He should have played well at Riv. He should have. API is a tournament that he's played well in the past. Like why? Like an 80th place finish in round 2. No, not 80th place finish, but he shot an 80 in round 2.
But it's mental for Rose. He's like that's why I'm saying is like when he decides to show up, there's no part of his game that's going to like alert you that he's playing well. It's just if he's mentally there or not the week of.
I would have to look at lead-in data for past Players Championships and see if anything correlates with Rose, and for me to feel comfortable playing Rose, because just looking at his past performances leading into this event and who I think Rose is at this event, I don't want to play Rose. Like I think he's, especially not that price. But the argument that I could make for Rose is it's kind of like Lee Westwood. Lee Westwood showed up out of nowhere to play well at this tournament back in 2022 or something like that. I don't remember what year it was.
And Rosie tends to show up for like big events.
Oh, it's 2021. But he had so Westwood had a second place finish the week before.
Yeah.
Which this is the inverse of what Rosie is doing right now. Rosie came in hot and now is cooled off, whereas Westwood came in cold and warmed up.
Yep.
So, but that's a very like specific comp, and that's probably not the right comp to have. But I that's the only way I could get to Rose is to think he's like a Westwood and is going to play well at this course because he's an old Englishman.
Did you think Justin Rose was going to win the Farmers?
No, not at all.
No, like, dude, I think he was gonna like. He just randomly shows up. I think you just have to.
If Cantlay wins this tournament, can I come to you next week and say, did you think Cantlay would win this tournament?
There is no way Patrick Cantlay wins this tournament. There's like a 0% chance he wins this tournament.
Clip it. Clip this right here. Clip it.
2 hours, 33 minutes on the money. JT, I'm out. I'm out, dude.
Oh, like, yeah. No. There's no reason. Chance. Yeah, no reason to talk about Justin Thomas. He's not.
Ben Griffin, I'm also out.
Oh, Cam Young. I like Cam Young. So I took out Oberg, but I left in Scott and Minwoo because that would be overpriced. Does this lineup look better with Scott and Minwoo in it if we put in Cam Young, or do you not like Cam Young?
I think Cam Young seemed to have found his groove again.
I think
his last two finishes
upgraded.
have been better because he started off the year very badly, and the last 2 weeks is much better. Like that's the Cam Young we've seen. And that T3 had some really bad shots. I think on Friday, he was in the middle of the fairway with a wedge in his hand and just rinsed it into the middle of 18's pond, like from the middle of the fairway. It's like unforced double bogey when he shot 73, I think. So, like the rest of that has been the 67, 69 around Arnold Palmer over the weekend is very good golf.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I typically prefer him on a shorter, like a mid-iron wedge venue than a long iron venue. He's not a very good long iron player for how long he hits the golf ball, surprisingly enough. You typically see a lot of correlation with long iron play and distance, but he's one of the few guys that doesn't necessarily have that for you.
Cam Young, positive putting in the last year.
Very positive putting. And these are nice flat surface, like not flat, but like nice, reliable surfaces. They're not very power-y. Good putters are going to putt well, yeah.
Yeah, his stat profile looks really good.
Yeah. Yeah.
So does Siwoo Kim, by the way.
Yeah, and he's actually got some good course history here too.
Oh, yeah, Siwoo. What price tag was he? I forgot.
He's high. He's high up there.
93.
Like after the crap,
I could replace Henley with Siwoo.
No. No. Like that's where I draw the line. From a Siwoo's last 3 signature events have been cheese, like stale, nasty, moldy cheese. Not interested in like.
I could look at this lineup and call it a 10, 9, 8, 7, 7, 7. Colin could easily be a 10K golfer.
We just said that at the beginning of this segment.
Right. You did. Like, you did.
There's no reason for him not to be a 10K.
And that is that's the second or third most common lineup build for not only just GPP winners, but optimal lineups and sweet spot optimals. So
yeah. Let's leave it at this. I like this a lot.
Yeah, this is a great lineup.
Clip it, people. It's the GPP, and we're going to just I'm going to get banned from DraftKings on the other shows because we are sharing winning lineups here.
Well, hold on. We're not telling people where to put it. That's part of DraftKings TOS. Okay. We're not telling people where to put a lineup. We're not even saying that this is the lineup you should take. But you do you, guys, everybody out there.
If you do want to follow us, feel good about things. Darbo.
Byron.
Give me your final word, your takeaway from this show. Like, if someone's just tuning in now, what do you need to tell them this week at the Players? I don't know, anything. I don't even know what my answer is.
I actually have 2 thoughts.
Okay.
If you go Scotty Scheffler, come watch my stream Tuesday night to see how to build a proper Scotty Scheffler lineup. If you don't go Scotty Scheffler, play Colin Morikawa. I just think Colin is going to have another top 10 finish. He's going to pay off his price tag for you, and he's probably going to be either in the optimal or the sweet spot or even the GPP winning lineup. Feeling really confident about that.
Yeah, he's playing, and I would play Colin Morikawa in round 1, like first round leader markets for sure.
Ooh.
I think, and round 1 showdown in particular, because he comes out, his best version of himself is round 1, like undeniably so.
I guess check the weather too. That's another thing, obviously.
Yeah.
But I mean, Colin won, Morikawa won at the Pebble Beach Pro-Am where it was windy as fuck. So
yeah.
It almost just shows that the guy's his iron game is just dialed.
It's dialed. Because we always would say about him that he's like a little flower, just kind of gets blown over. And I honestly don't think he's ever going to win an Open again. Like he'll win the other majors first, but that one he did win was in like domey conditions as you could get.
Mm-hmm.
My takeaways, I'll do 2 with you. It's an overall arching thing and a player. Then it's going to be recent form. Play the guys playing the best golf. I know it's going to be It seems like way too obvious of a situation, but we just went through this. Like, if you rewind an hour, 20 minutes, hour
Yeah.
25 into the show, we saw like some remarkable trends for guys just playing good golf entering this week versus course history. Don't get baited out with course history at this golf course.
Well, the last 2 years we saw it was a max of 6 golfers with good course history, the top 20 in the field with course history.
Yeah.
But then we saw 12 golfers inside the top 25 of recent form.
Yeah.
Inside the top 20, with some of those being inside the top 10. So definitely, to piggyback off what you just said, recent form.
Yep. And Minwoo Lee, I need to see what he's at odds wise. I think I'm going to be betting him this week. Even he's playing really good golf, man.
Yeah.
And he's getting enough tastes of like being in contention to kind of deal with that. He played with Colin today, and I think that can help you as well. Like, the better you play golf, the better the people you are playing with. And you can like learn. Who was it saying? Ryan Gerard, when he was like learning about Scotty, how Scotty hits like a off-speed high shot. Everyone would like take some speed off their shots to like help reduce distance. Like, either hits it lower. Scotty can hit this like spinny high off speed, which, I've never even thought of those 3 things in a sentence together when it comes to golf irons. And Scotty's hitting that shot, So
one thing, I just watched a Rory McIlroy video. He was with Grant Horvat. They're talking about ball, like the different types of golf balls you could hit, and it had a lot to do with spin. I've always been kind of I've criticized Rory McIlroy for his lack of creativity or lack of shots that he has into greens. That video showed me such a different side of Rory, which then kind of makes me feel like, so just to recap that video, he was hitting drivers and he just knew his numbers, like right off and obviously a lot of these golfers do. Then he went to his wedges and he was talking about, this is really cool, Byron. You would actually find this really interesting. Yeah. Rory and the title or the TaylorMade rep were talking about how low you should flight your irons. And you've talked about this before.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to your wedges, you want your launch angle to be half of the degree of what your club is. So if you have a 60-degree wedge, you want to be hitting that at 30 degrees. 30. Yes. So I tried this at the Golf Dome here, and I was like, I want to see if I can do this. I have to feel like I'm pinching my wedges in order to do that. I had my 58-degree wedge, and I was just trying to hit these low flighted shots. And my first one was 30. And I was like, oh, okay, this is when I'm just trying to hit a flighted shot. Like, I'm not trying to do a full shot. I'm just trying to do a flighted shot. I'm like, okay, I got this then, right? Next one was 32. Next one was 34. And I'm like, hold on, just wait. So I really tried to pinch one. It goes 27. It was 27 degrees, whatever. And I'm like, that one had like no spin on it. I don't understand.
I would still think, rule of thumb, 32 with a 58 is still fine. Compared to
this TaylorMade rep had said, when you get to 32 and up, you will not be that consistent with where your wedges go. And wow. I thought that, yeah, exactly. I'm like, 2 degrees, really? Between 30 to 32 or 30 to 34, like, it's really that big of a deal? And he was saying you'll miss your target by 8 feet. And 8 feet on tour is a big deal.
Yeah. That's the 50-50 range.
Yeah.
Right. So,
but that's 8 feet on top of whatever you're missing it at already.
50-50 range.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so, just think about it. Like, whatever your percentage was from that distance, if you're adding 8 feet, is like 50, reducing it by 50%, rule of thumb-ish kind of thing. Easy
Rory's stock wedge spun at 10,000 RPMs, 10,200 RPMs. They were testing how much spin he could get on it. He got up to 13,000 RPMs. And then Grant goes, well, is there ever a moment where you don't want to spin it that much? He goes, oh yeah, there's always like back pins and stuff like that. He got it to 8,000. So he is in control more so than I ever thought with his wedge game, which is so surprising because when he played such bad golf just within the last few years, obviously last year, not so much, but the years before that, where I was criticizing him a lot, I was watching him rip wedges off the front of greens consistently. And it's like, if you're in such control with your wedges, does that mean you just make really bad decisions? That's what it has to come down to, right? Is just bad decision making.
The shot selection.
Yeah.
Or like the pin. Like the very first thing that comes to mind was that PGA Championship at Oak Hill, where he was charging. I think he'd made a couple birdies in a row. Middle of the fairway wedge, dumps it into that dead man area, like short right. Dead, green, short-sided, makes bogey, and completely nukes his chances. But when he was doing that, was he, because in my opinion, I don't think you can't hit a full wedge at half the.
It was a 70-yard shot.
Yeah, because that's something I'm going to, because when I played with you, it was even more obvious than when I've also like watched professionals play. And when they hit their wedges, it comes out so low, but hardly are they ever. When we're hitting a wedge, my sandwich can go 120. That's my max. Maybe I can step it out to 130 if I really like back-footed or whatever. But I don't think I should be hitting a sandwich 120. I think I should be hitting my sandwich 105 to 110 potentially, or 105 to 100, because I don't think I can hit it low enough without taking off that extra oomph that you're giving it to go. Like my lob wedge is like 100-yard club. But that's like a full swing.
To give you how I do my irons. So I hit my 58-degree wedge full out 100 yards, 100, 105. That's as far as I can hit my whatever. If I have a 100, if I have anything north of 90, 95, I'm hitting my gap wedge that's 52 degrees and I'm swinging 75%.
Yeah.
And that's why you'll see me hitting lower irons, because I don't have to do a full swing. And when it comes to my wedges, I have that 3/4 shot down. Like I know the point where I need to bring it back to, I know the tempo I need, and I know how to follow through. And it's just an easier, because if you think about your 75% swing, if you go back without, if I was to do a full shot, my full shot would be almost like where it kind of starts to do this number. If I get to here, this is my 75% shot. So it's not getting that little extra bit, Okay. I mean, I'm showing it to everybody because that's the feeling I have. It's not exactly what I'm doing. I'm not doing a reverse pivot. Right, pivot.
You're just trying to get in camera.
But it's that point where when you start to turn, if I'm talking to you, it gets to the point where it's like, like you're stretching when you're talking. You don't get to that point. You get to the point right before that. That's 75% most of the time.
Love that.
It's like you just go to where it stops, like the tension in your body starts to coil, and then that's where 75% is. And then it's just, you just bring the club down. And so I know my 75% distances, which with my 100-yard shot is 75 yards. So somewhere between 75 to 90, I'm kind of grabbing a little extra with my 58. And I might be just adding a little extra speed. That's probably where I'm at my most inaccurate, is in those in between, whatever. But I do my best to like hit 80 yards at 80%. But when I get to 75% of 115, that's like somewhere between 92 to 105, somewhere in there. And so that's what I'll do with my 52. It gets a little bit more tricky when it comes to my other irons, because they're not Vokey wedges. So it's like
length.
Yes. And it is the single length. Yeah. So it does get a little trickier when I get to my 130-yard club. That's like, it's harder. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. Well, at that point, you're not really trying to hit as. I mean, a wedge you still want to hit pretty. What's a wedge? 48 degrees. So you want to be hitting a wedge at 24-degree angle. Is that what they're suggesting? Like a pitching wedge?
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is insane. So when we play golf next, if I'm not hitting my wedges lower than you've seen me typically hit them, I've not followed through on my promise. And if I'm not strictly hitting a fade with my driver,
Ooh. Okay.
I'm resorting to just finding one. My miss is a block right with the fade, right? So
Yep.
it's the easiest shot for me to replicate. So if I'm just going to be hitting a fade all the time, I'm going to hit the shot that's the most natural for my body to do. Just going to try and hit fades. I hit it far enough. I don't need like a draw distance. So I'm going to just try and stay in control and also hit my driver lower with less spin with a fade. Those are my two goals for us. Also, I know, have you bought your driver yet?
I was just going to tell you, I was just about to say I did. Friday I got fitted. And speaking of
tell the people why you're getting a new driver.
Well, I'm getting a new driver. One of two reasons. One, the driver that I currently have is a Bridgestone J33R, which is from 2003, 2005, somewhere in that age range. I've had this driver since then. I'm using that driver because my original driver, which was a Nike Covert R, lost its pop. And I then bought someone else's driver for $100, which was the Cobra F9. The face cracked within the first year that I played it. So that was, second year, I should say.
Yeah.
So I needed a new driver, period. But the second reason is because I'm going to try to qualify for the US Open. So that's kind of the main reason. I need to have a good club, because even if let's say I make the qualifier and I go to the next round, I imagine I'm going to be playing a tougher golf course than my local qualifier, which tougher golf courses usually result in longer distances. So it's like, I'm going to need a club that's with the modern times. Byron, my fitting.
Yeah.
Go ahead, hit your driver. We'll get your numbers, your stock numbers. You want to take a guess at what my stock numbers were with my Bridgestone driver that you saw me play in Iowa. What was my carry and what was my distance?
Can I just rather guess like
ball speed and club head speed? Sure.
I'd probably say your ball speed with that driver wasn't getting much more than 175.
I think I was averaging 173. So yeah, 175 was probably the top.
Just to average-ish.
So actually, no, I think it was 171 actually. But yeah. I could get it up. I could get it higher. Right. I gotten it up to 175 with that driver. But not during my fitting.
You hit that thing so accurately, man. Like you can shape it the ways you need and whatever. But it's old. It's so old, Darbo. And you are 6'4", and you swing relatively aggressively with the driver, but within reason, you know, like
in control. Yeah.
Yeah.
So carry distance on that was 285 average, and total distance was 305.
With what RPM?
20, or actually a lot of it was 1900 to 2200, which is what the guy did not want to see. He was like, when it gets below 2000, that's where the ball falls out of the air faster. Like it just, if you have any curvature to it, it's going to be hard to hold fairways, which I don't disagree with him. The new driver I was aiming between 2200 to 2400. Like that's kind of just the sweet spot to me for spin. So he's like, well, do you have a driver that you have in mind? And I've been hitting the Titleist GT drivers. I've been sending you, the numbers or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to pull it up on.
Because when I was doing my triple diamond Callaway, I was averaging like 3,400 RPM, maybe 4,000, like somewhere between 3,000 and 4,000 RPM.
I guess my pictures are dead. They're not going to load. Whatever. Yeah, you don't have to share it.
Spin with the driver is so important because when I'm watching like Where's Brian trying to hit it far, anytime he can get it like close to 180 ball speed and sub 2K spin.
Yeah.
That's just the nukes. That's just a knuckleball that just flies.
And that's what he's always like, I want to hit a number that I can go back in history and find something for that year, which it's kind of funny because I have two pictures that just aren't loading for whatever reason on stupid Discord. Yeah. But I had sent Byron a picture of two drivers that I was hitting. This was before my fitting, and it was 1900 spin and 1600 spin. Those drivers were going 320 and like they were 320 carry with
180 ball speed.
Yeah, it was 180 ball speed. So here, I'll this is kind of funny, and the story here. So I hit my driver, and he goes, "What drivers are you looking for?" And I said, "Well, I kind of want to do like the GT2 or GT3. I kind of want to do the Titleist drivers. They look the sexiest to me. I'm a visual person. I want to see a good driver." He goes, "Well, those are good drivers regardless." And he goes, "With your swing, I can kind of tell these are going to be good drivers for you." He sets the first one up with this red shaft. It was okay, not great. And I told him, I've been hitting the Ventus Black, like TR and the Velocore, like they're two different shafts by Ventus. Or not by Ventus, I don't remember. Anyways, Fujikari, I think, is the actual shaft, the brand maker. Anyways, the TR Plus, I got up to 180 ball speed, 120 swing speed, and those balls were carrying 305, 310, and rolling out to 330, 335 or whatever. But the dispersion was like, it was a little bit wider than what he was comfortable with, and the spin rate was like 1800 to 2000. He didn't like that.
Yeah.
Well, I tried the GT3 in that same shaft, and it actually had lower spin because that's what that driver, there's more weight to the front. So the ball actually goes higher, it launches higher with less spin. So you hit it further. And I was hitting those like 345. Like that was, but he goes, there was one drive where I just really hooked it really bad. And he goes, that's going to be the issue. If you have low spin and you hit something off the toe, and that's kind of where all my misses were happening, were from off the toe. Yeah. So he's like, if that's your main miss and you miss with this club, you're not going to have any control over it.
Snapbook. Yeah.
But it was sexy because the numbers were huge. It was 320 carry, whatever, with 340 rollout, or to 340, whatever. So then we get me into a GT2 Velocore Plus, and that was that sweet spot of 2100 to 2400 spin. So those were carrying 305, 310, and these were my averages, but my dispersion was like
tight.
And I only hit one good drive out of 6. Like my first 4 drives I hit, I was groaning because I'm like, damn it. I'm trying to swing too hard. Hit another one. Damn it. I'm trying to swing too hard. Hit another one. I just could not get the sweet spot of the driver. I could not hit it where I was feeling it with the other clubs. And then I finally hit the sweet spot. That ball didn't really go much further from my mishits. And that's the guy goes, I want to see your mishits more than I want to see your good shots. And like, I think my dispersion, like the number on the screen, it's like 0 to 1, I think is the number, like left or right. And mine was like 0.4 left, 0.2 right or something like that. It was tight. And he goes, this is the driver. I did try a ping, and I had the highest swing speed with that for whatever reason. It was easier to swing faster.
Yeah.
And it had big ball speed, but the ball just went left right away. Like I don't even understand how. I was aiming more right. I was weakening my grip, just went left. And he kind of said, that's what happens with those pings. And I said, so at the end of my fitting, I go, you didn't have me try out a TaylorMade. He goes, because you miss on the toe more often than not, TaylorMades are notorious for being bad. That's why you don't see the QI35 being used on tour, and the QI40 isn't any better. You missing off the toe you're going to overhook all of these drivers. He said it is the fastest driver, but you're going to be hooking everything. And what I just heard on the broadcast, I think it was today, maybe it was I think it was the broadcast, or it was PGA Tour Radio. I can't remember, but they're talking about how Rory complains a lot about the new TaylorMade driver hooking too much. Oh, it was Matt Gannon. He was talking to Pat Mayo about it. That's what I heard earlier. And so I was just like, so crazy, because that's exactly what my fitter was telling me. So TaylorMade, not, and I hate TaylorMade. I don't know why. I just don't like it.
Yeah, it's just the top 3 guys in the world are playing TaylorMade, but hey,
they also get paid to play those clubs. So,
they do.
So I'm sure it's more of a contract thing, because who wouldn't want to play Titleist? Titleist has been the best club maker since the beginning of time.
I agree. Dude,
I'm joining the dark side. I'm joining the dark side. I've always called Titleist the dark side of the Force. I'm joining it. I'm doing it.
Hey, I've always had it, the D3 910. That was my driver I had until I got my triple diamond, because I was looking for egotistical numbers, which is, I probably got the wrong driver in my hand, to be honest with you. But
I can't wait for us to go golfing next time when I get I don't have my driver with me. I'd be showcasing it. It'd be right next to me, like right here. I would just be showing you the entire time, but it is getting sent, and I can't wait to play on the golf course with you and just see how much more distance I can, I'll drive you by.
If I'm hitting a fade, I'm at least going to be hitting fairways now. So who knows? But I am stacking, by the way. So we are, and I'm working out and all that. Wheels Up, we spoke about this kind of a little bit early-ish when it comes to Jake Knapp. And the problem that we have with PGA is, what are you going to do? What are you going to monitor to find out this information? You're going to have to be like sleeping in the bushes outside the weight room to figure out if Rory's going to twinge his back or not. And the thing is, he's teeing off last on a Saturday in the final groups. It's post lock. It's all like, the problem with this stuff is we're finding out the information way. It's not like an NFL game where you've got everyone teeing off at the same time. I guess you've got windows, the noon and afternoon and whatever. But for the most part, an NFL game is any other sports. Everything's happening at the exact same time. The whistle goes off, everyone plays. The cycling, the tennis, everyone. Granted, tennis is the most similar to golf in a weird way.
Yep.
Like for most things. But if you could change one thing about implement one injury reporting rule, what would it be?
Well, okay, well, go backwards. Jake Knapp had a stomach bug. Was that because he had sushi the day of? Like, did he get clubhouse sushi? Who knows? Who knows what happened? Why he got that stomach bug?
Yeah.
And with Rory, you weren't going to do anything with Rory unless you're playing showdown slates. Like, if you're doing week long, he's in your lineups. You can't do anything about that, period. Yeah. Now, Willie Z, unfortunately, we kind of know the risk that comes with Willie Z. We know he's coming back from surgery. We know he kind of tweaked his back injury that he had surgery on before and got a second procedure done. He's no one to ever trust. I would not trust him. The only reason you want to play Willie Z is for the one tournament he can play a full round of golf. He can actually be a top 10 golfer because he's got that talent.
Yeah. But
in no way, shape, way, or no shape, way, or form should you ever be confident in playing Willie Z for 4 rounds of golf. That should never happen. But yeah, for Lowry and McIlroy, or not Lowry, Knapp and McIlroy, there's nothing that we would have known. We couldn't have. It wasn't like it was not like Knapp came to the. Maybe he did. Now, I guess I can't say that for certainty. But we probably would know he had a stomach bug. Well, I don't know, man. I guess I don't know.
Well, the thing is, it's like it came out so late. He was obviously trying to see how he felt by the time his tee time showed up, because it came in late, man. They at least played 9 holes to start the morning.
It's good to know that it was a stomach bug and it wasn't anything else.
Correct. I was very concerned about like a lower back situation for him.
I was
you know.
concerned it was mental health. You know, like you never know when that stuff can spur on. So like,
Yeah.
I was like, damn, is this like the time of year like he found out his girlfriend had like some kind of issue or whatever?
Or an anniversary, you know, like.
Yeah, exactly.
Is Scotty done? No. You're not going to hear us saying that.
Go back to
why. Go back to the beginning of the show.
Go back to the beginning where I compared him to Tiger Woods. He's still on a Scotty right now is on a better trajectory than Tiger Woods was during any of his years. So
yes.
Still throwing that out there. Sorry guys, if you don't agree with me, I did the breakdown. Go check it out.
Yeah, go check it out. Did I speak to you about Scotty and finding out that Meredith hasn't been out? Did I find out after our show or before?
No, you told me last week. Yeah, Gannon was the one that gave you that information. Or you found that out from Matt Gannon? Was that what it was?
No, it wasn't him, and I'm also not going to tell you who told me on air. I'll tell you afterwards.
Okay.
This is how you keep your sources safe.
You didn't tell me. I thought you told Kenny on the Fantasy Golf Degenerates.
Yes, that's what I'm asking you. So I never mentioned it on the Sunday show because I found out between the
but
two
you
shows.
did. I thought you did tell me, but you didn't tell me from whom.
Yeah, I'm not going to tell you from whom.
Okay, fine.
I'm not going to go divulge his information, but it's a guess.
You heard it here first. Byron's sources are not. The reputation of his sources aren't good.
They're a Mayo Media recurring guest on Mayo Media Network,
right?
So, maybe by the name of Teeth Kewitt.
Oh, yeah,
but,
yeah,
yes. Hasn't seen Meredith out there for a while, man. So,
well, see, this is when we were speculating. We were talking about there's something. I was saying maybe there's a pregnancy or a pregnancy that isn't like not being successful or whatever. Maybe Bennett is in his terrible twos and Scotty can't deal with it. You know, like
Bad Bennett.
Yeah, he could be a little pain in the ass. You don't know. We don't know.
Hey, I agree. So we'll see what happens with Scotty. The fact that it's like one main area of his game, and
it is the irons.
I do think the fact that he's driving it so much further. Is it the QI 40 that's doing it, the heavy lifting, or has he found some extra speed in his swing, which could easily just be putting a couple? Like he's typically a guy that's super ultra dialed in on the distances. Today he hit one like 30 yards short in the water.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like you don't see Scotty with a miss like that. You know, so it's either mental or it's swing related. It could be both.
There's something. Whatever it's something with his hands. He's missing left and right. Like and when he misses left, it doesn't fade, which makes sense. It's like a double cross, you know, but that's such a shot that he can repeat. Like he's been able to repeat very easily throughout his entire career is just that little buttercut.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that he's not buttercut, like not being able to cut the ball, last year would make sense because he's just coming back from his injury. I don't understand why this year it's worse than it ever was last year.
Yeah.
And his iron shot that he missed up in the tree, did you see that? His ball got lost up in a tree?
No, I did not see that.
Yeah, that's how he got his double bogey on the par 3, like the 13th, 14th, 15th, whatever hole it was. He sniped one left. It just went straight left, like just terrible, and it got stuck up in a pine tree.
Yeah.
How do you miss that big? And same
when your name is Scotty Scheffler.
Yeah, and how do you miss a par 3 by 30 feet short, or 25 yards is what it was. It was, I think he had 77 feet left to the hole. So he left it 25 yards short. How do you do that? Best golfer in the world. How do you do that?
Best golfer in the world. Who, after missing a putt that was like 10 or 12 feet for bogey on 18 on Saturday, throwing your ball into the water like a complete bozo. Is it correlated? Like, is it the lack of mental control that's causing the bad golf, or is it the bad golf that's like busting down the walls of mental control.
Today. So this guy that calls me every day or every week about Scotty Scheffler playing poorly, I said, dude, he had almost 3 birdies in a row to start out his round of golf. Here's what happens in a typical round of golf. Okay, you miss on there was a par 5 that he parred. That would have been his 3rd birdie in a row. So you miss that birdie on that par 5, which you automatically think you should birdie no matter what. It's a par 5, and you hit it far enough to get there in 2. So like everybody who, you and I, we hit the ball pretty far. Every par 5 should be birdieable for us, So it's like, okay, you go there and you par that hole because you hit a bad putt, essentially. I mean, sure, you could say the setup going up into the green, but he still had a 10, 12-foot putt for birdie. It didn't even touch the hole. Wasn't even close.
Yeah.
So, okay, that's whatever. You go to the next few holes, you've got birdie looks, you don't make that. And it was bad, dude. He had putts that were breaking 3 to 4 feet. Yeah. Throughout a round of golf, that frustration will build and build and build and build. And then you start pressing. And when you start pressing, you start going, like Scotty Scheffler, this was the argument that we had was, well, where's the old Scotty who hits every shot to pin high? It's like, well, yeah, there were some shots that he did miss short, like we were just talking about with the par 3, but almost every other shot's pin high. He's just not hitting the green. He's missing the green left and he's missing it to the right. Yeah. So what is really happening? Is it, maybe it's yardages, maybe it's distances. Like he took a 5-iron. This is that par 3 that he lost the ball in the tree. He first started with a 5-iron and he tried to hit it a little lighter than full speed. What happens when you take off distance? What normally happens?
Yeah, your arms catch up to your body.
You miss left.
Nobody does. Yeah.
Yeah, so you miss left. Yeah. So then he took a 6-iron because he had to go all the way back to the tee box because he couldn't identify his ball up in the tree. Everybody knows it's up in the tree, but nope, because he can't.
Such a dumb rule.
He can't identify it. He's got to go back to the tee box.
I'm so mad about that as well.
And so he hits a 6-iron to the front of the green because the 6-iron wouldn't get there, but he could full swing it. So that's an in-between club. Now listen. It's Scotty Scheffler. It's his standards. It's our standards for Scotty Scheffler. He knows how to dial back shots, but it's like a 5 to a 6. That's different than a pitching wedge to a gap wedge. Like if you were hitting an off-speed pitching wedge, that's easier to control than an off-speed 5-iron. Yeah. So it's like, I'll give him a little bit of leeway. Yeah, I still expect him to hit a good shot, but he didn't. Now that's 1 double bogey. So what, I don't even understand how the hell did that happen. The tree thing was just bad luck, whatever. He probably still gets out there with a bogey, maybe a par. He's not getting a birdie on that hole, but that's 2 shots. Now the rest of your round is fucked. Like you're just, you're like, your mindset's just like this, like you feel like you were just cheated, right? If you got a ball stuck in the tree, are you not walking off that green going, fuck this game? This is so stupid. That rule is dumb. And even Scotty, you could hear it. He goes, I don't know. There's 300 people here that saw the ball go in the tree. We know it's in the tree. I still have to go back to the tee box. Yeah, it's the rules. That's the rules. Yeah. So like, you're just already just fuming. You're just like, this is so stupid. We know it's in the tree. I should get a drop right there and I should be able to hit from here. Maybe he still gets a bogey or maybe still gets a double. You never know. It doesn't, whatever. So then the rest of the round of golf, he goes to the par 5, 16, has a birdie putt of 4 feet or 3 feet. That same putt that Akshay made, and he just shoves it to the right. Now, come on. Left to right putts, I know you said you like them, but most right-handed golfers hate that putt because it's when you can see in your peripheral where the hole is, the tendency is to shove your hands off to the right. That's a tendency. If the putt is breaking to the left, you're not really ever going across your body and pulling a shot that goes right to left with the right-handed. Yeah. So I get it. I understand. It was an ugly putt. It did not look committed, whatever. He's already just fucked up in the head with the rest of the round of golf. I know he's the best golfer, but he's also human. This is psychology 101.
Yeah.
Hole 18, he stripes a ball down the fairway. stripes it. Like he almost hits it in the water. That's how far he hits it. He has 150 yards into the green, takes dead aim at the hole, hits the rocks short, and goes into the water.
Feet short.
Now that green depth wise at that point is, I think, 20 feet deep.
Yeah.
So that's nearly 6 yards. So if you are in between, I would ask you, if you're trying to flag hunt, let's say your 9-iron, let's say your pitching wedge goes 146 and your 9-iron goes 160. And you have 150 yards. What club are you going to pull out if you're flag hunting?
I'm going to probably try and rip the 9-iron.
Right? The 9-iron?
The one that goes the shortest and hit it hard.
I said pitching wedge 146. Yeah, okay.
Sorry. Yeah,
I agree with you. That's exactly what I'm doing too, because it's going to give me the most spin, especially on those firm greens. It's going to, when that ball lands, it's going to just stop, you know? Yeah. Whereas if I try to let off a little bit of a 9-iron, I'm not going to get the most amount of spin.
Too much as well and be short, you know, like that's always in your head.
Right. So I think that that's something, like those things happen in a round of golf, even to the best golfers. Yeah. And so previous years where Scotty's doing well, maybe he just has better distances into the green. Like that could literally be it. But this is a different circumstance.
Shots.
What's that?
He's also like, how many times did you see this week people get out of a putt 2 feet after contact on like a, you know what I'm saying? Like they
very
knew
uncomfortable.
like, immediately after hitting the putt, it was not online, which I think hard courses like this can make you like really uncomfortable prior to moving a muscle, you know, like they knew they were going to miss the putt kind of thing. We all know that you get over a putt sometimes, you just have no idea what the fuck's going on.
Right.
And you hit it and then it's not right. And then you're like, no, okay, well, I should never have committed to that at that level. But when you're missing a bit of confidence and you don't have like the belief in yourself, other areas of your game can like go down. And Scotty's belief in himself is like, buddy, it is like so intense, you know, and
I actually kind of have a take on that. I think he's like he reminds me of an entitled little rich boy who has gotten everything that he's ever wanted in the game of golf. And so when he's not contending for first place, he's not performing, like he's not playing Scotty Scheffler golf.
No. And I was wondering at what point during today's round did he believe that whatever goal he had prior to the round was out of sight?
Right.
You know, because sometimes he maybe wanted to like finish fifth today by starting T19 or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe, or just have a certain number in mind or whatever. And there's a certain point where his threshold for success is maybe a top 10. And there was a point in the round where like that was not even attainable anymore. And then he just lost all control, you know, like the reason to be there wasn't doing it for him anymore. And those bogeys happened really late. You know, it was what, the final 4 holes that he made 2 doubles or something. So like that's the thing, is like we're not necessarily analyzing anything to do with his fundamentals or anything like that. It's all inside of his brain that we're really thinking the root cause is here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the swing looks the same potentially. I don't know. We haven't dug into that much, but you know, the grip is still probably the exact same because he never changes that and has that little device. But yeah, I think that's as much as we can give you on if Scotty Scheffler's done or not, since we spent enough time on that before. But I did see one more question here: Minwoo or Thigala? I'm not even going to tell you either or. I'm just going to say yes to both.
Yeah, both.
Like,
why is it a if or then? Or
yeah, you can play them together, play them a lot in different lineups, whatever you want to do. I think that's
someone in my chat goes Scott Lowry or Minwoo, or no, Scott Straka or Minwoo. It's like, why not all three? You can play them. You can play all three.
Why are you playing one lineup? Put them all 3 in that lineup.
Yeah, because you still have a lot of salary left over.
So much salary after that. It's not like it's a Scotty or Rory question. You know, they can play those guys. It's not mutually exclusive. Any other things in your chat that you want to answer as we get out of here?
Yeah, Dan said that Nico was 5 or 6 under on 5 or 6 under on the front nine on Thursday, and then he ended up shooting even. So that's what happened to Nico. When I was like, wasn't he at the top of the leaderboard?
Yeah. I called him Blinko Echeverria.
Oh, AJ says yesterday was my birthday. Well, happy birthday, AJ.
Happy birthday.
Can
AJ.
Byron sing to me?
No. Buddy, if there's one thing you must know about me, is my level of self-confidence is sky high. I walk around like I've got the biggest pecker in the world, and I know I don't. I feel like I'm the handsomest man in the world, and I'm 255 pounds and have horrible skin, like terrible teeth. You know, like I'm happy to tell you about all my flaws on camera in front of 500 people that's going to watch it this week. I'm not comfortable singing in front of anybody, man.
Yeah.
I know I'm a bad singer. And I just can't. I can't do it. I used to karaoke when I was much more like in shape, because that was like, oh, you know, whatever. But now I just there's no way I can fake it.
I go to karaoke every Friday night, and I don't have any intention to sing ever, but they do have a deal where if you do sing, you get a shot or a drink, one of the two. And so every once in a while I'll do it, but I only do it if I'm feeling good. And not every time I drink do I feel good, you know, like happy go lucky. Or if there's
Who are you following?
Huh?
Who's setting the precedent for you before?
Who was?
Yeah, like the level of singing happening before you.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Well, I actually don't really so much care, but if there's like cute girls at the bar, then I'll go up there and I'll do like something. But I need the motivation of a cute girl in order to go up there. Otherwise, I'm not singing to a group of dudes. Like, I don't care, you know, like there's no win-win for me in that situation other than practicing a song that I don't really care for, you know, like,
yeah,
whatever. So
no.
I also won't sing on camera, nor will I sing in front of most people. I imagine when I go up north and there's a karaoke night, my family now knows that I sing karaoke down here. They're going to be like, why don't you go up there and sing? It's like, because I don't want to sing in front of these losers, you know, like, sorry, that's my feelings on it. I'm not saying anybody in our chat are losers. I'm not going to have this on camera for forever.
There's no benefit to it at all. Unless there's a lucky lady out there that's looking for a 6'4" tall drink of water from Minnesota to swing you some sweet nothings.
Or you can always donate $100 into either of our channels. You know, a super chat. There's a super chat button on mine. You put $100 in, I will sing happy birthday to AJ Love. I'll do that. I will sell myself.
Listen, a large part of the other reason why I don't sing is because I am horrific at memorizing words to songs.
Yeah.
There's like a 99% chance that any song I try to sing entirely, there's at least 3 or 4 sentences of that song that I get wrong. Because I can't hear the words. It gets scrambled the moment it enters my ears. Like when I read lyrics, I'm like, what the fuck is this? Yeah. Like, it's not even the same song I hear. And
I will say this.
When you go to karaoke, you got to read all that stuff versus like sing it. You know, it's like way more manufactured. It's not fun for me.
Well, 2 things. When you're singing karaoke at a bar, you have the lyrics that are going across. And it's like, okay, you see the lyrics just in case you need to, whatever. That little progress thing that goes by, if it doesn't go at the point you think it's supposed to, it will fuck you up.
Yes.
You know, you start to sing a song and you go into the next word because you know the next word's happening, and that progress bar doesn't actually change. It'll make you kind of hesitate, and then it just like it goes really fast, and it's like, oh my god, now I'm behind. Now I gotta like, you know, try to catch up, and now you're doing this weird, you know, and it's like now you know you don't sound good. And like, do you take a break and then you try to catch up? And then when you do try to catch up, is it at a point in the song that's not an easy time to catch up? it's a whole mental, So it's
If you're
best when
karaokeing,
you can't think what you're doing and you just go up and you just know a song and you don't even care. You just belt out your lungs because you're just like, I'm here, I'm getting a free drink, like whatever. I don't care.
See, I can sing I Believe in a Thing Called Love by The Darkness,
Ooh,
like word for word,
that's a good one.
but it's such a high pitched song that
Yeah.
if I don't have like anything going right for me right now, it can sound like
You just do it for fun.
like death. But also I care about what people like think.
If you can hit the high note, like it doesn't even have to be in tune, but if you can get that, whatever, that high note, you'll get a round of applause for sure.
We'll see. But
we just
the
got to get
last
Kenny.
time we were singing karaoke together, I didn't even have a voice, so that was like an easy out for me.
Yeah, that was an easy out.
Ideal. But
and I wasn't drunk enough.
We were broken. We were broken. That was like night 2, and we were like,
it was great.
So broken already, or night 3, whatever.
Yeah.
Darbo.
We're 3.5 hours.
We can't do a short show. It's like impossible. 2 hours is like, thank God we shoot for 2 hours, because if we shot for 3, it would be like a 5-hour show.
There was no structure to the Players Championship. Our preview there, it was all over the place. We went from Scotty to Colin Morikawa to Henley to the 6K range, back up to the 10K range, talking about the 9K range, and then we tried to build a lineup from there.
We just started doesn't matter. This is the best part about this part of like this show. It's like we just cruising, man. We just having a good time.
These long podcasts, this is what you know. This is what my audience knows. There is a sweet spot, pardon the pun, but there is a sweet spot to every podcast, and it's usually the 2 hour to 2.5 hour mark on my channel. And it feels like that's exactly where it is with us too. Is like,
to be honest with you, the last hour has just been total like 19th hole stuff, which is totally cool. Like 10 minutes into this conversation, you knew the wheels we were off track and we weren't coming back. So,
okay.
Right, my brother. Good luck this week. Let's hopefully not have our entire lineups hinge on someone that twinges his back Saturday morning or gets a stomach bug.
Are you going to play in the Millie Maker?
For the $25 entry?
Is it? If it is, I'm still doing it.
No.
I always have to put a bullet in it.
If it's a $5 entry, I'll do it. If it's $25, I'm not just going to slap $25 around like that. I'll rather just try and make money, man. DFS is hard enough. The thing is with maybe we'll see. With the Millie Maker, man, it's like, what's second?
I don't care. It's still more than my $25 entry fee.
Yeah.
I will never be sour at being second place versus being first. I love winner take all contests. Give me a Millie Maker that's a $5 entry that has less people in it, and the only person that wins $1 million. I'm cool with that.
Okay. I can get behind that, but then you multi-entering, obviously. Like for me, I'm spending
that's fine.
What I've done is I spend $100 on week long now, and then $100 for every round of Showdown.
Ooh, okay.
See, because I'm much better in Showdown. Like Showdown to me there's a much bigger edge there. Just the way the effort I put into it after every round is worth it. I
need to make updates to my Showdown
kept me
stuff.
afloat this week in DFS. So, it's weird. So I'm glad I've done that, because I'd be not nearly doing as much Showdown investment as I should have, given my success in that street versus week long.
Well, yeah.
So, fine. I will get in a Millie Maker with you and we'll see.
Yeah, just one lineup, buddy.
$25. Buy each other $25 beer each.
One bullet.
Beer.
Yeah.
One bullet, $25.
That's like 3 beers here. You can't even get drunk off of that.
Yeah.
Can't even feel good about that.
No.
I can get 5 mixed drinks up north with that type of money.
Yes. Doubles.
Yeah.
Okay, Dobbs. Thank you, my brother. That was lots of fun.
It was very fun.
If the two of you that won the contest aren't subscribed to me or Darbo after this, I'll give you until tomorrow because I'm not even checking. I'm exhausted. So thank you all for subscribing, liking, commenting, telling your aunts, uncles, grannies, and friends Tyler up north that we have these shows.
Yep.
We appreciate all of that. So
Yeah,
Darby,
absolutely.
get us out of here, my friend.
All right. Well, Byron, good luck this week. Let's win some money. That's it. I don't have a punchline like Kenny Kim.
I thought you were going to actually just roll with it because you kind of hit the first two sentences early. So
yeah, I was about to.
You all, friends.
Yeah. Appreciate you all. Thank you all.